really can do. What network error is it having with this MP3 file? Buzz. That's good to go. Goth girls and fishnets send tweet. Thank you. It only took you 4 fucking ever to finish that damn download. Same. I totally agree. Navigate to the Foundry files again. fuck? Is there another place where Foundry's files are? Maybe under... Figured it out for fucking ever. Okay. I'm gonna go pee really fast, and then when I get back, we'll get started.
Alright. He will show up when he shows up.
I'm gonna go ahead and take my headphones off for this conversation.
Okay. I didn't realize that it was that audible. Luckily, the screen I'm on can't hear me, so, you know. It's just you guys.
Yeah.
I wasn't saying anything that I wouldn't be okay with you hearing, though.
Or
Now, if I started reciting my social, yeah, that'd be a bit different.
I mean, we didn't know if that was going to be part of the conversation at some
Right,
point.
yeah,
or
it
something.
sounded like you were talking to a medical professional. Like, oh man, we could be hearing insurance numbers and shit. Let's tune out.
Yeah, it was just for my echocardiogram tomorrow. That was just them calling to give me a quote, and it's gonna be a fucking 175.
Oh, that's not nearly as bad as.
No, that's manageable. It's definitely not $1,500.
That's good.
It's still more money than I reasonably want to be paying right now.
But it's less money than you have to.
It's not gonna ruin your fucking shit at least.
Yeah. Let's see. How big would that box probably be? So 3 feet or 3 feet around. Probably gonna fill it like 7, 8 feet tall.
How tall is Stefan?
About 6 feet. I imagine you're gonna want extra on any given side.
Well, we won't be able to have extra on the bottom.
I mean,
the idea here is to pour it while he's standing.
Well,
I assume based on the fact that this is D&D that we did this in 5 foot by 5 foot squares, so it's probably going to be 10 cubed feet.
It doesn't gotta be, but
I'm gonna go ahead and do.
I think like 3 wide by like 7 tall is probably good.
Basically, let's just
which
get
I
this
guess
done.
which I guess is still 10 feet, 10 cubed feet, anyways. Then probably say like 150 gold for the whole ordeal.
That's not so bad. Yeah, I'll pay that
It's
real quick.
remarkably affordable.
Oh yeah, everybody, this is where we last left off. We were literally talking about how to torture Stefan for all eternity.
Yeah.
Well,
And
we were
succeeded.
talking about how to make sure that, he doesn't come back.
And also be
Yeah.
tortured for all eternity.
Oh, there's
Because let's be honest, being alone with your own thoughts for 10,000 years is gonna fucking be torture.
It'll probably be longer than that before someone gets him out.
so yeah,
That's fine with me.
just for the sake of the whole thing, it'll be 150 gold. It'll probably take a day or so to get the metal there because that is a lot of metal to move.
That's fine.
But
Gives me a day to train with my fucking wolf forms.
it's not a challenge at all to acquire that. Same, cat? I agree.
Meow.
And that was it. That was all you guys are doing with this, is you're gonna just dump the ashes and Stefan in molten lead.
Yep.
Please,
I would give
please
my,
don't
like-
make us debate this again. It was like 3 hours
I-
last session.
I
Yeah,
was
that's
just
it.
I was confirming what the final decision was. That was not an open invitation to
I'm
start
just-
the discussion over.
Yeah,
Yep.
I just say my goodbyes to him and then we just do it.
Yep.
Oh,
Anti-magic demi-plane. Or dead magic demi-plane, that's the correct term.
Yeah.
all right.
Also,
Though actually, I did come up with another idea. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
I
I
will-
would hate to put this out there, but I
Yeah.
don't believe dead magic is one of the things you can put in a created demiplane.
listen,
It is.
It is.
For a greater demi-plane, you can. Which is what
Listen,
we're doing.
it is. We're not discussing this anymore. We're doing it. It bites us later in the ass. It bites us later in the ass.
Oh yeah, it's
Yeah. Yeah, on
Wasn't
greater
trying to-
demi-plane magic, your plane gains the dead magic, enhanced magic, impeded magic, or wild magic planar trait.
By the way, I wasn't trying to
Or
like.
choosing dead.
By the way, I wasn't trying to like cut you off or like stop you. I just was like, I was just trying to be funny. My bad, Maul.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's the second
Oh.
entry on greater.
So that is a relatively that is also just kind of a relatively cheap endeavor because you have all of your little dudes.
I mean, we already made the focus for Greater Demiplane earlier in the month, so.
And
Hello, Estro.
Ace.
Ace.
Oh, what's up?
hello. You are accounting for the 22,000 gold required to make the demiplane permanent instead of temporary, correct?
Oh right, fuck, we need that.
Well,
We do need
well,
that.
we didn't buy the diamonds, so you still have the money.
Oh.
Wait, what happens to things that are in a demiplane when it stops existing?
I believe they're just shunted out.
Yeah, okay.
Let's see, one sec here.
It actually
Yeah,
doesn't.
no idea.
Oh shit! Can't somebody just wish the demiplane gone?
I mean, yeah, but that's not.
Yes, but that's Wish. Like,
Yeah, I mean, at that point,
we
you can
can't
also
proof
just wish
against.
for people to come back.
But there is also the issue that they have to know A, the demiplane exists, B, where the demiplane is, and C, some way to identify the demiplane.
True.
and even if they knew all of those, Wish is like, you can't really. There's very few ways to prevent
Yeah,
something.
we cannot proof against wish. That's why we never even really tried.
Let's see. Oh, okay, here we go. Yeah, so they're ejected into the closest plane to the demiplane, specifically, if it ends while something is in there. So usually that is the astral or the ethereal, but in this case it has a decent chance of being the material as well.
So I have a question for you on that front, actually.
Oh boy.
If this isn't too hard, so we can choose what energy affinity it has. If I give it the minor negative energy affinity, will it be more likely that it's shunted into the negative energy plane at random?
I mean, it's more based on where you are when you cast the plane.
Ah, that sucks shit.
So, like, if you went to the negative energy plane, cast Greater Demiplane, and then stick him in there, when the spell ends, it's just going to shunt him out into the negative energy plane. But objectively, doing it on the material plane and letting him fall into the astral sea is also a perfectly viable option.
I mean, yeah, no, if he gets shunted to a random location in the astral plane, that's literally ideal. That's the hardest place to find anything.
Yeah, so technically...
They will wish to find him.
Yeah, so technically, if you only pay for creating a greater demiplane, then you have... I think it's like 20 days where he's stuck there, and then at the end...
level of the Grimoire's 20.
Yeah, and then at the end of that, he gets just dropped into the astral sea in some random location. Odds are good.
I'm comfortable with that. Are you guys comfortable with that?
I'm comfortable with that.
Okay.
There's 20 days of him being like completely irretrievable, and then he's just somewhere. Yeah, that's
Be
fine.
honest
We'll
with
do
us.
that.
You don't want to spend the money. That's it.
Yeah, that's exactly it. I do not want to spend the money. I forgot that it wasn't permanent on its own.
All right, so we'll go with that.
Can I have my platinum back?
No, we did buy the diamonds because we need those in case someone actually dies.
I hate to put this forward.
I'm gonna start fighting people. What's up?
If you stab a bag of holding, then everything inside of it is destroyed. That is the full-on in-game fictional term. The game effect is it's destroyed. It's gone.
We don't want destroyed though, because destroyed is easier to revive than undead trapped in lead in a random location.
Yeah. If something doesn't exist, you can wish it back into existence. If it exists,
wish will work. Wish will work anyways, but greater resurrection will work.
Yeah,
if he dies.
Sorry, that's the one I was.
Well,
that's the one I was thinking.
Okay,
so it's a question of interpretation because it says it is lost forever and destroyed. So which of those things is actually happening is a question.
It's destroyed. It's destroyed.
All right, cool. Then forget I said anything. Let's move on.
Yeah, the operative and destroyed is important there. So yeah, we're gonna just for the sake of ending it, we're just gonna go with the demiplane option and not make it permanent, so he gets dropped in the astral sea somewhere.
Yeah, no, that's in some ways superior to the demiplane anyways, because now they can't even find out where he is with Speak with Dead. We literally don't know where he is.
Yeah, and they're in this instance, there's technically a retrieval plan, but considering giant bodies of gods are missing in the astral sea, it's not a likely situation.
All right.
Yeah.
So
So-
I saved my
So we've probably just created one.
Yeah,
So-
that's fine.
So we're gonna go with you spend a day waiting for the molten lead, or for
Well, we'll molt it ourselves, but yes.
Yeah. You spend a day waiting for the lead. You dump the lead in the box once it arrives, throwing the ashes in there just for the sake of throwing them in there. And then you ship the whole creation into a temporary greater dead magic demiplane. And then you're just going to let it shunt him into the astral sea at the end of it.
We're just gonna let it expire, and whatever happens from there happens.
I said my goodbyes. I'm happy, and I just kick his box into the fucking demiplane.
You don't want to kick a fucking 7x3 lead billet. You'll
Fine, push
break
it.
bones you don't even have.
You
Fine,
don't
I
even
push
have
it.
the strength to push that.
Yeah, that's I think that's
you.
it.
Wolf up.
I think this is a moral get the trolls situation.
I mean, it'll probably take more than one.
Yeah, I said trolls plural.
Also, we do technically have to bring out the stone around it, but
Yeah.
that's fine. I'll get my bard friend with the loot.
Yeah.
I'm sure she's happy to help out.
Make it again.
All right.
All right. That's dealt with.
But on the other hand,
Oh my god!
Same.
I'm joking.
On the other hand, that's another day that Karatha has to stand around and deal with the smell of acid in her nose all day.
Ah!
Beautiful.
I will find where that fucking smell's coming from.
I mean,
Matter of fact,
you have the scent ability. You can track the smell.
I'm gonna go do that right now.
We'll do that during the wait, sure.
Yeah, during the wait. Just be like, alright, where the fuck's that smell coming from? And she just walks out, goes looking for it.
you know, dead things don't smell good.
Okay, I've gotten used to the dead smell. This is something different.
Sure. Why don't you just give me a survival check?
Hold on, I gotta pull up my character sheet. Skills.
Not great.
I didn't even. Oh, there we go. 22.
Yeah, but the DC is not particularly high, so. Yeah. Moral, are there any? Is there any? How do I ask the question I'm looking to ask? Is there anything about the area that you're keeping the egg that's special? Like building wise.
No.
Okay. Just wanted to check. So,
Frankly, it has only just occurred to me that I probably shouldn't keep it in my demiplane. So it's probably sitting around in the arcane repository, covered with a cloth.
Fancy. Secure.
I mean, it's in the middle of my fortress.
so that would mean that that's kind of where you find it. Is you follow it, you follow the smell through the keep, finding a bunch of empty rooms.
From the room you're in to the corner of the room you're in, yeah.
Damn. That's
Oh,
crazy.
I didn't realize this was the same room.
Oh yeah, no, all of the magic stuff we're doing has been down here.
Oh, okay.
It's all just in the one big room full of magic shit in the basement because I haven't had the time to get everything sorted out yet.
Then,
So yeah, so I'm guessing Karatha just goes, okay, where the fuck's that coming from? And just fucking walks off. Everyone just looks at her like, what the fuck? She just finds this thing. This is like, the fuck is this?
yeah. So what you find? What you
Did
find?
you uncover it?
Yeah, you gotta pull the cloth off if you want to know what the fuck it is.
Oh, okay, I just pull the cloth off then.
Oi!
So what you
Fucker.
find is a large black egg that seems to be dripping acid onto your hands. The egg itself is probably bigger than your entire head.
Wait, did she touch the egg?
No, I just pulled the cloth off.
I'm giving the size compare. Oh, well then, it's not dripping onto your hands. It's dripping onto the surface it's on, which is pockmarked with more of that, damage from the acid because it's just been kind of a constant dripping for a while. It appears.
Hopefully, is this a new thing or is this a thing I expected?
I mean, it would be something you would expect from a creature of that sort, but it is a new development.
Can I have like an acid-resistant base that it's sitting on? Like it's still dripping down and damaging the stonework underneath, but it's stable.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I figure because you've been spending time studying it, you at least have done that much. So, it's sitting on this small pedestal and kind of just dripping acid down onto the stonework underneath it. You can see the very beginnings of cracks starting to form along the surface and these little thin spider webs. And it has an almost scaled texture to it, just looking at it. And this is easily where the smell is coming from.
Do you mind?
What the hell is this, anyway?
Mine. Cover it back up.
Covers it back up. Look, I'm just saying, just find something to cover up that smell. Jesus.
Sure, it's called outside. Shoo.
You come into my house, you touch my egg, you call it stinky, leave.
You come into my house, touch my egg, call me gay.
Wait, what was that last one?
What? Anyways, yeah, she'll just leave and just be like, what the hell is that thing anyway?
I believe she said, mine.
Yeah.
Was the quote.
None of your business is what it is.
Now who's hiding stuff from us?
Me. Shoo.
Better than trying.
This goes double standards much? Jeez. Just walks off.
What is that, though?
I think she just said it was hers.
You said you left.
It's a dragon egg,
for
I
you
think.
to leave. A what now?
A dragon egg.
In this economy?
At this time of year.
Localized entirely in your basement?
God.
Oh man. I mean, it just from a cursory glance, even Giza was able to tell what it is.
Yeah. That is interesting. Just to make sure you got this, because I believe it was in your debrief, Ace, but dragons are like extinct or sealed away.
Yeah.
What's the public opinion of it?
Dragons are generally hated. They've been vilified intentionally.
Although, pro tip, so have the undead, so I'm prepared for that.
To be fair, the undead have kind of coming.
Yeah, a lot of the undead have been asking for it, to be fair.
Dragons, on the other hand,
No, dragons also asking for it. Fuck them.
No, dragons are also assholes, usually.
Okay, yeah, like not the chromatic ones.
Metallic dragons are all assholes.
No, chromatics are
No.
assholes.
Wait, yeah, that's it. Backwards.
Metallics are the good ones.
Oh yeah, okay, so I was right. The chromatics were the bad ones. The metallics are the good ones. Okay, I was right. I just doubted myself.
On that note, what kind of egg was that? Black, you said?
Yep.
Ooh, nice.
And considering it's dripping acid, it's pretty identifiable as a black dragon's egg.
Yep. How neat. All right.
Sorry, just so I'm looking in the right window, Minori, are you chatting in Discord or in the Foundry? Okay. I just want to make sure I know where I'm looking because I don't want to miss it if you're, interjecting.
I also did get that module added, so it'll show when she's typing in Foundry.
Woo!
Oh, dope.
So yeah, I don't.
I don't think we have any other reason to hang out around here for much longer.
Well, I mean, I do appreciate the company, but no, we don't.
So,
I like you, but
how-
ouch.
yeah, how far out are we from the meeting with the other priest? Because after that, we can head back to the first world.
It's still about 2 weeks out.
Still about 2 weeks out. Okay, we have 2 weeks to kill boys.
Oh god.
We could just make it literal. I could kill 2 weeks. I think I have a spell for that in the Dark Grimoire. 1 sec.
Please no. I don't want any more time travel fuckery.
Let's do some real crack brain wizard shit, boys. Last session was a warm up.
Okay.
No, I'm joking. I don't want to go there.
If we have 2 weeks, I'm gonna go do what you suggested and go hire a private eye to go do some investigating for me. So I'm gonna head back.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm actually gonna head back to the capital,
Okay.
Also, you can do your magic item shopping while you're there.
and I can also do my magic item studying.
There you go.
So
Magic
you're
study.
so you're
So I'm gonna cut my vacation short and head back to the capital.
okay.
Makes
And
sense.
what is everyone else going to do with their 2 weeks? Probably just nothing.
Not nothing.
Go back to
but
university. Teach some
Yeah.
class.
He's gonna go get an update from his fucking TAs and make sure the world hasn't ended.
Go do my fucking job.
Yeah, I gotta pass some kids, you know.
I mean,
least
technically, as a tenured professor, he is doing his job.
Oh yeah, you
Yeah.
took you took 1,000 platinum from me, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm down to 300.
All right. That was already spent on diamonds too. We have the diamonds.
Oh, before I left, I gave you a wand of cure light wounds, Elias.
Okay. Well, you may want to hold on to it until we're like together for a heist or
In that case,
whatever.
in that case, you did not get my cure light wounds wand.
Give it to me whenever the dungeon hashtag etc. starts. Because I don't need it outside of that.
Right. Okay.
On that note, I would actually like to probably purchase a wand of
CLW.
infernal healing. Mostly because I can actually use my own wands if it's infernal healing, and I can't use it if it's cure light wounds.
Oh, you want one of infernal healing?
Yeah,
Because it's on the Magus list.
Okay.
it is on the
Infernal
list.
healing kind of sucks.
It does, but it's still good for auto combat.
I mean, it's not a bad spell necessarily.
All I'm saying is,
I
if
mean,
you get
it
a
says
CLW,
infernal.
I
I'm
will-
pretty sure it's bad.
Well, it is.
It's an evil spell.
Yes.
That's the joke.
It's strictly worse than CLW, but I can actually use it. So in a pinch, I can tap myself.
Do you want regular infernal healing or do you want greater?
I don't know what greater.
Fast healing 4 instead of 1.
You don't want it because as a wand, it will cost way.
It'll cost way more, yeah.
more.
Exactly.
more.
So I think it'll just be normally healing.
Okay, then
So
it's
if you get a CLW, I will use it for you. I don't mind.
yeah. Then it's
Yeah, but then I have to ask you to use a CLW on me. Do you think my character would like?
That's fair.
then it's 750. And since there's no caster level variant stuff, it's just going to be at the minimum possible caster level of 1.
Well,
Makes sense.
cool.
Didn't you take that trait that lets you use your int for use magic device, or did you take the one that lets you use it for persuasion instead?
I think it lets me use for diplomacy, so I can use my int on diplomacy when it comes to persuading someone I'm talking
Yeah.
to.
Look how smart I am. I'm talking down on you.
Basically, honest.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right, cool.
So yeah, finding that wand is super easy.
Yeah, I imagine so. 750, you said?
Yeah, especially with your connections. if you didn't have those connections, finding this particular spell might be a little challenging, but...
Because it's not regular.
Well, finding the other version, the good one, which is, I think, Celestial Healing, would be infinitely easier otherwise, but it's moot because he has access to, you know, a whole complex of people who do fucky magic stuff.
That's true, he
Hey,
does.
they do it for science.
Yeah. That doesn't
make it unfucky.
Yeah, that doesn't stop it from being fucky magic shit.
True.
Science and like arcane studies specifically and like morality, they don't often see eye to eye.
Yeah.
Don't none of us see eye to eye.
That's why most wizards are pieces of shit. But
Dark Academia, show me the forbidden spells, etc.
So, yeah. So that's easy enough to do, and then you're just gonna go back to your teaching and your research and such.
yeah.
Alright.
Okay.
Oh, right, we have all that fucking loot that I don't think we lotted out yet. But I guess we can do shopping later, that's probably not a big deal.
Yeah, we can make it a day.
So
Good.
I kind of want to see how much I want to. I need to.
Makeover.
Give it Karama
Yeah.
a makeover.
you need one. That's half the reason we don't get along is that you refuse to not have a nice thing. Damn you! Have
Hey,
one
I
nice thing that's not
shower.
a magic item.
Hey,
I
I
didn't say you
bathe.
don't shower. I didn't say you don't bathe. I didn't say you don't shower. I'm saying have one nice thing that's not a magic item for killing people. Just one. Allow yourself to have nice things, and we'll get along better.
Fine, jeez, but you're gonna have to like show her that shit,
Have
man.
do nice thing. Oh, I mean, yeah, no, sure.
Yeah.
Spa day.
all right.
Anyways,
So yeah.
So then Elias, I assume you're just gonna go do maintenance on your people.
yeah, I'm going to, I guess, do general cultly activities and general priestly activities, you know. That said, I actually would like to spend some of my downtime using I want to take, because it would only take one day, I want to take a trip to where that brass dragon, the one that got free, is hanging out, so I can use my clairvoyance to scope its lair from the Horizon Chaser.
Okay. So you want to go east to where it's hiding. Well, it's not hiding. Are you going to pay its tithe as you come into its kind of general territory?
No, I'm going to fly several miles up and just look down on it.
Okay.
I mean, he's a dragon. He probably keeps an eye on the skies, but
He probably does, but the way that fucking perception works, if you're high up enough, they can't see you. Like he'll be looking at like a fucking -50 on perception or some shit like that.
Yeah. But what if
unless
the
he's
dragon
got
finds
wizardy
out?
powers. But yeah,
What if the dragon finds out you didn't play the dragon tag? What then?
So
Well, then, we'll leave.
we'll deal with that then.
We'll cross
Yeah.
that bridge when we get to it.
Burn that bridge when we come to it. So you're gonna go and just kind of scope out its lair with clairvoyance.
Yeah, I have 3 free casts of clairvoyance a day,
Sure.
though the size is somewhat limited. And in general, I just want to get a lay of the land, see what he's done with the place since he's had it.
Well, since he's taken up refuge on the top of a mountain, he has since kind of carved out the top of it and has turned it into this almost dome or reverse dome that spans kind of the 100 or so feet that the top of the mountain encompasses, as well as has begun kind of morphing into this semi-active volcano as a result. So the top probably third of the mountain has lava running down it at all times before it cools.
Oh.
where his actual lair is, there is the pile of coin and items and such that is his hoard, as well as
He just has it out in the open on top of the mountain. I respect that.
as well
There's no
as
point in having that kind of wealth if you're not going to show it off.
he has a particular section of his hoard that is all art pieces. Primarily paintings, but various sculptures and such as well. He seems to have a particular affinity for older, more vintage pieces. So there's actually a couple in there that you kind of recognize as being incredibly valuable.
Oh no.
Um,
Guys, I'm gonna do something stupid.
No.
Don't steal from a dragon's hoard, please.
then
Okay.
the entire landscape in that dome, kind of beyond that, has kind of shaped to be more comfortable for it. So there's like it's more sandy and gritty than a normal mountaintop would be, and has taken on almost this superheated visible texture to it. Like you can see how hot the area is. And the longer he's there, you can tell that that's just going to kind of keep expanding out as he kind of settles in. But for him being there less than a year, this is a very quick adaptation of his environment.
All right. Noted.
Oh my god, I just thought of something really, really cool.
Uh-oh.
Okay. So, you take a dragon, you allow him to shape into a human, stuff like that, and his hoard is actually the museum is actually his hoard. Like, he
that'd
owns
actually be a really cool dragon NPC.
Yeah.
The human museum curator.
I'm
That's
gonna
actually
steal
good.
that idea.
Yeah,
Go
really
for it.
good.
Yeah, go for it.
There's all right. Yeah, no, that's it. I just wanna have a look and then leave.
Yep. And as you're looking, at no point do you actually see the dragon.
That's fine. I guess I should probably look up to make sure that's not the worst problem in the world about to happen.
He is not anywhere within your visible range of sight. It'd be very hard to miss him.
That is true.
I
mean,
the one thing you do notice is, can you see what these are from a distance? Let me just see. There are kind of in the sky. You can see a couple of humanoid-looking figures, though they don't appear to have any legs. It's kind of a swirling vortex of wind where their legs would be.
I'm gonna guess these are genies of some kind. I guess.
From the distance, you can't make out any other details, but you can see that they're kind of patrolling the sky.
Actually, can I clairvoyance a closer view on them so I can make a check?
Sure.
All right. What check am I making? What's the skill?
I mean,
What are you trying to do?
this would be an Arcana check, but I assume you're taking 10 on it, which means you succeed.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah,
I'm using clairvoyance to get a closer view so I can identify the creatures. That's all.
they're genies, or they're jinn specifically.
Yeah,
which are
as expected.
Yeah, they are typically associated with brass dragons.
Well, that makes sense. Yeah, I think their summon monster ability summons genies specifically or something. So, dope, cool, rad.
Yep.
I'm leaving.
Yep.
Actually, instead of like turning around and going back the other way, I'll proceed through the territory and then loop back around once I'm well out of it, so that it looks like I was just traveling straight through on my way to somewhere else.
Okay.
Just in case.
Sure. So you pass through as if you were going to the city, and then turn yourself around and head back out.
Yeah, I'll turn around once I get to the city. I mean, this is a day trip. Also, as a note, since this is a day trip, I don't want to bring anyone per se, but But since it's a day trip, I will make a proper day trip of it and do my day drinking and all of that.
Mm-hmm.
Just I can bring along actually a bunch of my favorite followers and make this sound like a reward. They get to see everything from the boat, 'cause most people never get to go on the boat.
Sure.
So we'll do that.
You make a little show out of it for your followers and
Yeah.
drag them along on your little scrying adventure.
Yep. All right.
One thing to note is as you kind of pass through the back end of the territory, the weather does get a little more inclement.
Yeah. Makes sense.
The beginnings of a constant sandstorm have started to kick up.
That means we were noticed. That's fine though. We're gone. We're leaving. Good for him.
So, then you turn around, head right back to, I assume, the capital.
Yeah.
Yep. And that goes without any noticeable incidents.
Yeah. That's fine. A realization. I can do this like a real fucking rich person. God, I can let people take a giant flying boat ride in exchange for large donations. I should start doing that.
Oh boy.
Hold fucking yacht parties on my flying boat.
So do you want to do anything else with the 2 weeks, or are you just going to kind of go from that into just doing cult upkeep?
Yeah, I'm gonna just do organizational upkeep unless someone in the party needs a fucking magic tattoo or something, because I can belt those out really fast due to my tools of manufacture.
Sure.
It's a little trust
So,
you.
yeah, say if anyone has any crafting needs, I will do it. If not, okay.
Moral, what do you want to spend the 2 weeks on?
I'll just do business upkeep.
Okay.
Yeah, makes sense.
I'd just like to let the game continue at this point.
Same.
Yep, I'm just double checking everything. Minori, same for you.
Alright, there it is down at the bottom. Minori is typing.
Okay.
Alright, cool.
Cool.
Does anyone have any magic items that she needs to make? Because she's apparently more trustworthy.
Not right now. Don't have the money for it right now.
So, Karatha, you return to the capital. It takes, better part of a day to get there. So by the time you arrive, you have to take a rest so that everything will be opened up in the morning. And you start looking for an investigator for what again? What specifically?
If I remember correctly, the asshole who spat in Eliza's face is probably riddled with nightmares right now.
Yeah,
that guy told me that his one of his base of operations was up in the north area, if I remember correctly.
Oh, is this to do with the cult?
Yes.
Right. Okay.
So yeah, I want to get somebody who is willing to check out that area for me, gather some intel, basically see how many people are there, what are they doing, and stuff like that. But be careful about it, and then come back to me in like a week, if they have anything.
Okay, sure. How skilled of an individual are you trying to find for this?
Oh boy. I guess we can go above average skill level.
Okay.
Someone who's good at the job. It's not
There we
like
go.
too risk-takey. Okay, no.
So let's see. Which
This is a
means-
big organization involving high-level spellcasters. You may want to spend more money.
Probably a good idea.
So you're gonna probably want obviously you're gonna want a trained hireling to begin with. From there, you're gonna want the investigators. So finding you're able to find a decently skilled investigator, someone who probably be about 6 or 7 levels of the investigator class. They're going to charge you 10 gold per day.
It's nothing.
That's nothing. Let's see, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. 60. So that's 60 gold. So that's 60 gold for the week.
70 gold.
70 gold.
But the 70 gold only encompasses them doing essentially reconnaissance and basic intelligence gathering. They're going to intentionally avoid any danger wherever possible. The deeper intelligence gathering, the kind of stuff that would require some risk, is going to be more expensive.
That's all I want. That's all I need for right now. I just need basic information and just that stuff.
Okay.
That's
sure.
all I need for right now.
Sure.
I just need to know that they're still there and what they're doing. That's all, basically.
So you go to one of the more notorious investigators guilds and kind of pitch your whole situation to them, giving them all the information you have, giving them what you want them to do, and they make a pretty quick and easy deal where they take your gold, they take half in advance, and then they're going to take half when the deed is done. So
Thank God.
So when they come to give you information, the investigator in question will take the other 35 gold for himself. They're kind of splitting the operational costs between the business and the person in question.
Understandable.
Until they are done investigating, there will be no contact whatsoever unless they absolutely have no choice.
Understandable.
And the guild will not know of their business in the same kind of situation. The investigator essentially goes completely dark. No one knows what's going on with them until they're done.
All right.
So it's basically a non-issue to go and do that, get that set up, and get it started.
All right. So that's 35 gold up front, and then the rest will be handled. I will give you the rest once the deed is done.
Yep.
All right. We'll stay at one of the local taverns then, in case anything happens.
Sure. So the week goes by with no notable incidents.
During that week, I am gonna head over to that magic shop that Stefan told me about.
I gotta get a new sending thingy.
Yeah.
Sure. Is that all you're going for? Is just a sending strip?
I mean, I guess that's about it. I don't have any other reason to talk to him. I mean, yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah. So the magic item, he can customize it to whatever specifications you'd like. So if you want like a ring, or if you want like an earring, or what have you, he can do that.
I just basically ask him to make the same thing that Stefan gave me.
Sure. That's only going to cost
What? You don't want bling of sending?
I'm good.
Yeah,
For
that's only going to cost you about 100 gold normally, but he's going to knock 25 off because Stefan. So it's 75 gold, and he has it done before you're done giving him the money.
Oh.
Yes, my good friend Stefan that we have in common, that you didn't shunt into dimensional hell. Anything for a friend of my good friend Stefan, who will definitely be back and hasn't been sent to another dimension.
Doesn't even sweat. Doesn't even look like a guilt. Just looks fucking just straight faced.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I can't wait to see my good friend Stefan.
Basically, by the time you've handed him the gold, you have the sending strip.
Oh, that was quick. Thank you.
It's kind of it's kind of his specialty, and it's not a particularly powerful spell.
Thank you very much. And I hand him the gold and stuff like that.
Yep.
All right. Once I've done with my business, I'll head over to the tavern, give Elias a quick message saying, "Hey, I got a new one." That's about it. And then wait for the investigator.
Okay.
All the while trying to avoid the fucking full moon.
Well, the full moon's
Well, we don't-
passed. You have 30 days
Yeah.
before there's another one.
Yeah.
Okay.
God, I'm pretty sure like the tavern I go to is gonna smell like so much like fucking piss and shit and beer and shit.
Yeah, everything is worse for you now in a medieval society, frankly.
It doesn't smell as bad as you are expecting it to. The smell is there, but the inns in the capital specifically tend to take pretty good care of the building. So there's kind of an underlying smell of piss, but overall it smells more like sandalwood.
Alright, I can deal with that.
Let me just...
Uh-oh, he's secretly rolling.
Yep.
Oh no, how terrible.
So, the week goes by, you wait as anxiously or patiently as you possibly can. And at the end of it, a rather plain-looking man kind of joins you at your table at kind of the end of the seventh day. And without really saying anything to you, he just puts what looks like a small stack of parchment on the table in front of you.
I look at the parchment and I look at him.
He keeps his hand on the parchment until, you know.
Yeah. I pull out a sack of 35 gold and place it next to the parchment.
Okay.
And then we, do the quick exchange of I take my hand off it, he takes his hand off the parchment, I take the parchment, he takes the money, and then...
Yeah, pretty much. And once he's got his money, he just kind of leaves.
Alright.
All up, he collected a lot. It's a lot of notes, mostly, but it's in easy enough to read handwriting, kind of detailing the scope of where that area is, and since it's relatively close to the capital, it's only about a day's journey on foot, which means you could be there in hours.
More importantly, it means you paid for 2 days of travel, sucker.
On top of that, there's nobody that is present in the camp. The camp looks abandoned, but he did find, it's there, the permanent portal to the plane of fire.
Uh-oh.
It's relatively small, unnoticeable. It's actually hidden inside of a temporary shack. So you actually have to go into the building to go through. Going through, he found himself at a place of revelry in the plane of fire that he does not know the name of, but you're sure Elias would know what it is. But basically, it's laid out as a combination of this kind of hedonistic camp of just enjoyment, everything from carnal pleasures to more visceral, more violent things. And the people in question that you're looking for seem to be camped just outside of the arena area. And the couple of days he was able to spend there, he was able to observe plenty of them coming and going from the arena.
Sorry, plenty of who?
The cultists.
Yeah, this is about the cult that fucked up Karatha's whole shit.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, she's just looking through all the notes and she's like drinking her drink and stuff like that, and she's like, okay, well, this is more than I had. Wow. A permanent portal to the plane of fire? Holy shit. And then she gets
around.
and she's looking at the whole carnal pleasures thing and stuff like that, and she goes, why do I feel like I've seen someone? Why have I heard that song before? And she just like dismisses it for a second, and then she just keeps reading the notes. And then after she's done, she'll put the notes together, put it in her bag and stuff like that, finish her drink, and then head to her room.
Okay.
And basically, it's just like contemplating on what to do next.
So, the next couple of days go quietly. Elias, you get some correspondence early.
Okay.
It is from the kind of more proactive member of the church. I'm looking in the wrong place for my notes. I'm very good at this. The one of the more proactive members of the churches, who's actually the banker that you know about.
Yeah.
He has a letter delivered to you a couple of days in advance, introducing himself as Rewil. He has some business. He has some business he wants to discuss with you before and or after the meeting, depending on when you would like to handle some non-emergency business. He makes it clear that whatever it is he wants to talk about is completely unrelated to the reason you've called the meeting, but he also wants to try to get it while he's going to be interacting with you in the first place. Further, he goes on with the letter to kind of detail how the other members or the other heads of the churches are kind of unorganized, difficult to work with, so he will probably be speaking on most everyone's behalf, just so that they can't. He basically phrases it as so they can't fuck the whole thing up.
Jesus, this is so important. They can't drop their fucking shit for 1 week. God damn it.
They're still going to be there with him. It's just that he's going to be kind of forcibly organizing their thoughts.
Gotcha. So he's pre-gamed this.
Yeah, he
I
is
no respect from this council.
He's very clearly the most organized out of everybody. And it basically boils down to he wants to talk to you about something unrelated. He's going to speak on behalf of most everybody just so that they can't be idiots. And he wants to move the meeting location to a more neutral one. One of his choice, which is one of the upscale taverns in the northern district of the city. He's already made arrangements to rent the whole thing out so that no one can hear them, or so no one can hear you guys.
I figured that we'd probably meet somewhere like in one of the temples of a mage's sanctum, but sure, that's incredibly pedestrian, but okay. Yeah, I will. Oh yeah, go ahead if there's more.
Just the last thing is his entire note does give off a slight paranoia because of the nature of what you've called the meeting for.
Well, that's understandable. That's another reason I'd want to meet in a super private location. Though I guess actually meeting in a public location has its benefits, in that the chance that if there's a traitor among us, they won't just fucking drop big heinous bullshit if it'll immediately go public, so that makes sense. Alright. I'll send back saying that that's agreeable, and also I'd like to meet beforehand rather than later.
Okay. Then for that particular meeting, he will come to you, which he does. Basically, as soon as he receives the letter, you get communication that he's on his way, and so he comes to the temple with kind of his own little entourage, though for himself, what he comes with is a group of earth elementals.
Dope.
4 kind of large ones that seem to mainly act as his muscle.
Yeah.
And since this is your first time kind of meeting him, the earth elementals really throw you off because you have to look down to see him, this little halfling man. Though for a halfling, he is taller and stouter than most. And he has nice braided blonde hair, narrow hazel eyes, and some fairly nice garments to him, though nothing particularly flashy. He doesn't have any jewelry. He just wears kind of a nice suit and tie, kind of giving away his profession. He does also have a small raven on his shoulder at all times. And
good shit.
I assume your entourage is the one that greets him first.
Yeah, he'll definitely be informed that elementals are not allowed in my private quarters.
And obviously he plans to just leave them outside. And they seem entirely obedient to him, so he commands them to stay, and they just kind of stop.
Oh. Alright. Yeah, and all things considered, I guess have everything ready, have the nice good tea, and hey, this gives me a chance to potentially use my toast. You know what? No, I probably don't want to risk doing that because if he has fucking magic sight, that would be a problem. So yeah, we'll just serve normal tea. No need to be fancy or tricky.
Okay. And as he's walked up and brought to your quarters, he does have a bunch of magical auras on him, but it's mostly what you're expecting. The
abjurations.
Yeah, abjurations, a couple of transmutations, most of the typical protection equipment and mental boosters and such.
Makes sense.
But as he's left into the room, he kind of greets you with a deep bow, and
I'll return it.
Well, it's wonderful to meet you for the first time, good Elias. You've done amazing things for this city in the time you've been here.
Well, it is our duty to make the world a better place, is it not?
I suppose. Some are more active than others. And some of my compatriots can't be bothered to do good for the sake of doing good.
That is a weakness that will reflect on them in the afterlife. I hope they enjoy this life, though. There are too many great works at play for us to dally on the dalliances of others. However, what is that you needed to see me for?
Well, considering there's two reasons, really. One is for the sake of sounding accusatory. There's been some interesting fluctuations in your money that I've noticed.
Yes.
I recognize you do much travel and you get donations from large sources. I just wanted to ensure that, for the sake of everyone involved, that you should probably keep such large sums of money a little more secure.
Whatever you do mean.
Well, it ties into the... Go ahead.
The majority of my illicit earnings from that particular heist I've been filtering through the cult, which should be
those
popping in random places. Oh,
yeah,
okay.
That's not what he's talking about. You know that if he knew about the illicit earnings, this would be a different conversation. Your larger donations. As I said, this kind of ties into the second thing. And I'll start there before I kind of elaborate. I am working on a project that would kind of benefit everybody. I have developed these almost one-way bags. How best to explain this? I have a vault in the bank where I have divvied it up into several smaller personal vaults for some of the more influential merchants in the city. Attached to those vaults are these one-way bags in which you can drop gold or objects of value or what have you, and they are taken to that vault to be secure. And essentially, I'm interested in trying to expand this to be more general use rather than just high-end merchants. So far, the experiment has been a total success. Everyone seems thrilled with it, minus the slight inconvenience that they have to return to the bank at any given moment to essentially recover their money if they want to be flush with cash.
Well, that's still more convenient than having to go both ways. I don't see the issue. Some people are so very fussy. I don't see why they would complain. Especially, are these one-way bags they're provided free of charge at the bank?
Yes, when you set up a vault, there is a small initial fee, mainly for the crafting cost of the magic involved, but we have found ways to minimize that while keeping the effectiveness the same. Essentially, what I wanted to discuss with you, since I am aware you get most of the large donations in the city, is potentially discussing with you a funding for this so I can increase the scale of the project.
Ah, I see. You want me to... Well, that could perhaps be done. There's one problem that despite the sheer amounts of capital that I have acquired recently through mostly generous donations, we are actually barely operating in the black at the moment due to my own personal project, which you may have seen floating over the city whenever the dragon attacked. It's not been cheap.
I would not imagine a project like that to be even remotely cheap.
However, if you want, I can certainly try and direct donations towards... but you have a bank. Do you have a temple? It would send the wrong message if I were to ask people to send their money to the bank instead of the collection plate, if that makes sense.
In this case, they are one and the same. I'm not sure how much you're aware of my god's faith, but he's the protector of the Opaline Vault, and
yes.
As such, the monetary aspect of things is... I've taken it upon myself to make that my domain.
I see. Well...
However, if you are concerned about the optics, we do have a specified donation plate for the religious aspect of things.
I am very much preoccupied with optics, as good optics are what keep the donations flowing. I appreciate the work you're doing. It is worthwhile to pursue, but I will have to give it some thought before I look at redirecting finances. Again, we're still recuperating the costs on the Horizon Chaser.
Of course. I didn't expect this to be something you would fund overnight. And I am discussing with other influential members of the city the same prospect. I would not expect one individual to fund the whole project, particularly because obviously it is not a particularly cost return. It's not the best return for what you're spending. Obviously, there would be some monetary return in the long run, but the immediate impact is essentially a loss of gold for the infrastructure required. And I'd be more than...
Why not just raise interest rates in the short term to cover it?
That is a complication in and of itself. We have discussed it, myself and the other high-ranking members of my temple. But there are several of the merchants who already find the rate of interest to be too high. And while in the long run, that should not be a concern, in the short term, I need to keep their business as long as possible. I need to have as many people of influence so that when the infrastructure is built and this can be scaled up to be everybody, then I can charge these individuals more on their interest, and if I lose their business as a result, they lose the convenience and I don't lose anything of value.
I would like to see this vault firsthand before I can commit to diverting funds.
Of course.
But that could wait till after the larger meeting, as I have pressing issues between now, then, and thereafter.
Oh, no problem whatsoever. Simply let us know, preferably in advance, let us know when you would like to visit, and we can give you a full arrangement of the whole situation.
Wonderful. Is there anything else besides this marvelous vault that you wish to discuss?
There's nothing that is pressing enough to take up more of your time today. That was simply the business venture I wanted to address as soon as possible while I was already interacting with you.
Alright. And then the first thing you said that tied back into the vault?
Yes, I would be happy to, if you decide to support this project, give you one of our larger segments free of charge.
Oh, well, I do appreciate that. However, I feel that the amount of cash flow in and out of the temple would make it less convenient. Things rarely even make it to our personal vault off the collection plate before they're spent. You understand, charity is expensive.
Of course. This would be more for your own personal use. But this could also be discussed when you come to visit, as there are some benefits to it that I would like to discuss at length.
Of course. Of course.
Then I will gather the fools, and we will meet you in a couple of days.
Yes. Oh, before you go, I'm actually going to present him with one of my unsold Clockwork Songbirds for coming to visit.
He's going to...
It's a token of friendship.
He's going to take it, and he's going to kind of examine it. Huh. If you have an extra one of these, bring it with you. Rice would be most excited to see someone else with an interest in clockwork.
It is a recent hobby, admittedly, though one I've taken quite a shine to.
Yes, he looks for every possible opportunity to talk shop, even with a new person. So, he would be thrilled. So, if you have an extra one, please bring it with you. I would love to see him a little bit more excited about something. He's been in a bit of a rut with a personal project lately.
How unfortunate. And on that note, I'll actually go ahead, whenever he leaves, I'll go ahead and make one with my marvelous tools of manufacture, because I can do 2,000 GP worth of crafting in one evening with those, and their cost is below 2,000 GP.
Sure. It's easy enough.
Yeah, I will finish our drinks, see him off, etc., etc.
Yep. and he heads out to his entourage, who have entered this almost stasis-like state where passers-by don't even really realize that they're elementals because they look so much like a statue. And once he exits and joins with them again, they kind of begin to move once more. And he heads back off in the direction he came from. So, then a couple of days later, you are given a specific tavern, which is actually kind of ironically called the Clockwork Songbird.
Dope.
And
also, we need Karatha for this bit, so I will also go fetch Karatha.
Yep. You're given the location a day in advance, just so that if you want to make any protective preparations, you can.
I mean, I'm going to cast what is it? One moment.
Breaking and entering.
No, not breaking and entering. The fucking, what you call it, the, not break enchantment, but isn't there a delay enchantment? Is there not a delay enchantment? Am I just thinking of delay poison?
What do you, like, you're trying to delay an enchantment on yourself, or?
Well, I could have sworn that, because you're aware of the spell delay poison, right? I thought
Yeah.
there was one of those for enchantment, but it doesn't appear to be. I think I have imagined it.
Yeah, the only thing I know that you could do is if you dispel a permanent effect, it'll come back after a certain amount of time.
You know, that's fine. I don't have any particular defensive enchantments that I think I need to employ here.
Sure.
Actually, I will, I'll use Dream Secret to prepare a contingency.
Okay.
One moment, I gotta pull something up to make sure I get this exactly right.
My favorite spell.
Contingency is pretty dope. So, Dream Secret, Contingency, I just gotta make sure this... Yes, perfect, okay. It is lower level. Alright. Contingency teleport me back to my sanctum if any spells are cast on me that I do not want cast on me.
So,
if any spells are cast upon me against my will during this meeting.
So for simplicity, we'll say if a spell requires a saving throw, you'll teleport instantly.
Yeah, unless I choose to fail a saving throw on purpose.
Yeah. Well, in that case, it would be considered to not have one, but yeah, I get what you mean.
Yeah.
Okay. And you produce the ivory statuette of yourself, which I assume you would have already had at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, you take the 10 minutes, set up the contingency, and you're ready to go. Do you have your people fetch Karatha, or do you go do that yourself?
I mean, I think since Karatha's been slumming it in bars and stuff, I think I would have had my people fetch Karatha the previous day, make sure that she's bathed and dressed very nicely and all of those things, provide her the nice garments she needs and whatnot, because we're going to be talking to like 7 popes at the same time, and she cannot be looking like she normally be looking.
Your people will find her actually completely dressed, bathed, and actually looking decent, because she actually went out to go get some actual decent clothing. Because she
God damn. It's a fucking Christmas miracle.
Are we sure this isn't the doppelganger?
Yeah.
It's a skinwalker. It's a skinwalker.
You see the real Karatha bust out of the fucking sewer. Bitch, it's fucking cool. Skinwalker trying to steal my life. No, but seriously, she actually got nice and dressed. Stuff like that.
Those backwards knees, they give it away.
Damn backwards knees.
Alright. So you gather Karatha up a day early, and then the day of, the both of you travel to the Clockwork Songbird.
Yep. With the Clockwork Songbird.
Yep.
I guess as we're walking, Cross is gonna go. So basically,
Oh
just
no, we're not walking. I paid 5,000 GP for a Soren Cathedral. We don't walk when we're in the city. It's a fucking like little flying pillow palace.
sorry. As we're flying,
Yeah.
Cross is gonna go. So basically, I'm just needed to just say what I saw, and that's it. Correct?
Yes.
1 second.
Same.
Sorry, my roommate just asked me to chug a Gatorade for him. Give me a second.
What? Okay.
That's such a weird request.
Mood.
Holy shit, this is cold. Ugh. Okay.
Good.
Oh yeah, slurp that juice.
We get to listen to it.
Oh god. Oh god, it's so cold.
Oh, actually, on that note, I would like to bring Settlethon along too, just because he's my bodyguard for these situations.
Sure.
Fuck.
So that means that
Yeah.
Settlefon, you also get kind of recruited at some point.
Obviously, you're free to refuse. You're your own guy, and I don't need you as you're not a material witness. It's just, like, hey, I'm gonna be hanging out with, like, 7 other high-level clerics from opposed alignments, some of which have reason to want me dead if they know what's up with me. I don't want to die, so you should come with me.
Yeah, I mean,
What am I
reasonably
done now?
enough, it is also in Salafon's best interest that, Elias stays alive, so he will come.
Okay.
Alright.
Alternate pitch. If things go down, you can cut the Pope in half as many as 7 times. Every samurai's dream, I'm
Alright,
sure.
so I finished chugging that Gatorade. Oh god.
that was bizarre, but okay, yeah.
I don't know why. It's just like he needed me and he's like, chug this. I'm like, okay. So yeah.
This is
I
where we
basi-
find out you've been dosed with something, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah.
So yeah, basically I asked, do you just need me to like just say what I saw and that's it?
Yes, I'm sure they will have questions for you as well. Essentially, when we get to that point, I'll ask you to relay what you witnessed, and I'm sure they will have some kind of inquisition about it. But if you're simply telling the truth, I don't think you have any worries about keeping your story straight.
No problem. Alright, that's understandable. I mean, I remember what I saw. I still remember what I saw.
That's all you need is...
I'm probably not gonna tell them about me feeling about the whole dying thing, so...
I mean, that... It's fine if you tell... In fact, it may strengthen our case if you mention that that you... Sorry.
We're attacked by an antidote being and was passed out for the rest of the night.
Yeah, it may help, considering that the being you described sounds like an avatar of Hastur. That
Yeah.
lends very strong credence, and if an avatar of Hastur attacked you and you hadn't perished, that would be incredibly suspicious in its own right.
Yeah, it's a little suspicious though that I perished and then I came back to life though.
Hardly.
Oh, okay.
I love how freely that name comes out of your guys' mouth.
Shikratha goes, shouldn't we like not be like saying his name out loud? Isn't he kind of like
I don't
or something?
I don't actually remember a thing with that. Oops.
I mean, it's just kind of a thing with great old ones. Saying their name usually causes weird shit.
That's true.
Yeah, that's why.
I'm going to assume that I have some kind of protection against that since I have great old one blood.
I mean, I was saying that mostly sarcastically. I figured in character, at the very least, you weren't using his name.
Just been calling him Yellow Robe
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, Control F, find, replace the Yellow King. There you go.
Yeah, pretty much. I figured that's what you were doing because you would be, as a worshiper of a great old one, you would know that saying his name especially as many times as you have in as short a span of time, as kind of risky.
What, is he like the Beetlejuice of...
Yeah, they do kind
They're
of.
literally that.
Yeah, it kind of runs on people.
Yeah, if you say their name enough times, they just kind of go, "Oh, hey, I'm here now." So,
Heard you were talking shit.
It was like, haha, that's what I wanted you to be. Okay.
so
Anyways,
you guys take the relatively short journey through the rest of the city to the nicer portion of town, the upper district, where the nobles and the kind of hoity-toity rich people exist and live.
By the way, Elias, treasure this moment because you're seeing Karatha in a dress.
dope. I mean, I'd prefer something a little more utilitarian, but that's fine. It's fine.
This is the first time she had to dress up for something, okay? Give her some slack.
And this location, Elias, because you scoped it out, you know it's kind of as far away from the Emperor's property as possible while still being in the nicer district of town. It is as physically far away as they can manage, just because you're going to be talking about him, and they don't want, one of the royal guard overhearing and going, "Hey, why are you guys conspirating?" So it is, for all intents and purposes, though, it is as nice as the ones that are close to the Emperor's property. It's very well kept. It's very beautifully built. And it even has a large by comparison to a normal one, clockwork bird on the top of it that
Nice.
Plays a song every hour.
Nice.
And it's kind of nice and secure on the roof, but it does appear to have some animation beyond that.
Oh, dope.
And
Golem.
on arrival, you see standing on either side of the door. On one side, there is a kind of dark-skinned female half-elf who has kind of relatively uninteresting clothes, but you're able to recognize her as the High Priestess of Vapos.
Okay.
She's one of the few clerics or worshippers that kind of prefers really normal clothing, mainly because she tends to get into fights. She likes to route out problems and deal with them herself.
I like her.
On the other side of the door is another another female elf, with kind of long black hair that's been tied up into a nice bun. She's got these sharp hazel eyes. She's wearing half.
The boots with the fur. It was a. Never mind.
No.
Sorry.
Yeah, go on.
She's wearing half plate and has a morning star on her hip at the moment. And there is a large rat kind of scurrying around near her. You can tell from her holy symbol and kind of the way she carries herself, she is the High Priestess of Calamus.
Okay.
Just taking a quick look at them from your enchantment site, you can see both of them have some manner of permanent enchantment in a similar fashion as you.
Yeah. I expected.
As well as several other magical auras on themselves, most of which are, again, to be expected, transmutation and such. But they both have a fixed aura of conjuration on themselves as well. That's not coming from a specific item, it's coming from them.
I see. Interesting. I actually want to identify that if that's possible. Can I roll spellcraft?
Sure, go ahead. Oh, sorry, not conjuration, evocation. My bad.
Okay. Either way. Let's give it a roll.
So wait, Stefan is with us, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Wait, what did you ask?
I was just asking, you are with us, right?
Yes.
Uh,
Elias asked me to come, so I will come.
So I guess as Elias is doing that, I guess as we were kind of like making our way over there, Karathis gets like gonna look at you and just kind of go, so how do you know Elias? Or like, I guess I should say, how long have you known each other? I guess.
I was a friend of his late father.
Oh,
Actually, he's known Elias since he was born.
Elias.
You know, directly from the void.
both,
That's slander.
but true.
both of them,
No,
both of them have contingencies on them as well.
As expected and understandable. On that note, actually, has anyone cast Mage's Sanctum or anything on the tavern? It makes it impossible to scry or teleport in. Not out.
Let me double check.
It would be a good idea to cast Mage's Sanctum.
Yes.
on the tavern,
Oh,
but it's
definitely.
but it's not permanent. It's not an issue for the tavern's general operations either.
Yeah, no, definitely there is a mage's private sanctum on the building.
All right, dope.
But as you approach and are kind of forced to eventually step off of the your floating pillow palace,
Yeah,
the female elf in the half plate, kind of holds her hand out. One at a time, please. I want to make sure there's no contraband on anybody.
Oh yeah, I totally forgot. I'm still wearing gloves.
Good. I mean, I'll submit to be searched, and all of my fucking contraband is in a undetectable dimensional pocket. I don't care.
Yeah. So she's going to quickly, just because of her own enchantment sight ability, she doesn't really need to do too much, but she does a quick pat down for any mundane daggers or anything you might be hiding on your person. And as you said, everything's in a dimensional space anyways. So,
Well, the dagger on my right arm, because I have a wrist sheath on my right arm, is probably not too hard to find if there's a pat down, since but I'm also not worried about it if she takes it. I don't care.
You're not making any effort to hide it, right?
Yeah, no, it's...
Okay. Then
the effort to hide it is entirely in the fact that I have long poopy sleeves, and that's it. That's the full effort.
Yeah. So she does find it and takes it, and then, double checks to make sure she's not missing any other dangerous things on you. And then she takes the dagger, which I assume is one of your consecrated ones. And
yeah, it's the consecrated brass knife.
And she puts it in a small crate next to her that actually has your name on it.
Oh, dope. I suppose I should probably take the sword off my belt and go ahead and put it in the crate myself.
Yeah, she was about to kind of motion for that, but if you're going to do it for her, then yeah, she'll leave the crate open so you can do that yourself. And anything else you would like to keep in there that you don't want deactivated or otherwise interfered with while you're inside, please feel free to leave it here.
Of course.
And yeah.
Oh boy, not again.
Once you put anything that you want to put in there inside, she's going to close it, lock it, and give you the key.
Yeah, I don't have anything else to surrender into the...
Yep. And then she'll wave you in. She'll repeat the process with Karatha, who I assume isn't even really wearing any equipment.
The only thing that she's wearing is that necklace that Stefan gave her.
Okay. And she'll give you the same offer. You can put it in one of the boxes and leave it there, or you can take it in with you, and it'll probably be deactivated.
It's fine. I'd rather keep it on. Thank you.
Okay. And she does a quick pat down of you since you don't have anything on you. It's easy. She just waves you through. Then Settlefon, same kind of process. Anything you want to willingly surrender to the box, she's got a box with your name on it.
No, not particularly.
And then she's going to take any weapons you have on your person.
Is your katana disguised in any way?
No.
Yeah.
No. Unfortunate.
So the katana will be confiscated and put in the box. And any other weapons you have on your person, she's going to look for as well.
He doesn't have any. It's just
the katana.
So the katana gets very carefully laid in the box. The box gets locked. She hands you the key. And then she waves you through. And as you all enter, you can feel that not only does this have the Mage's Private Sanctum effect on it, so no one can see in, it also has some amount of anti-magic to it. So most of your magic items stop functioning once you enter the building.
Is it a caster level thing?
Anything with a caster level lower than 11 gets deactivated.
Dope.
Dope. Is my hand okay?
The Ion Stone has a higher caster level than 11, so it is fine.
Okay, just making sure.
But your necklace is deactivated.
Yeah, that's fine. I wasn't gonna go into combat or go wolf in this place. That'd be stupid.
Yeah, that's not necessarily up to us.
So, as you enter, the entire tavern has been temporarily restructured to be this kind of long round table sort of deal, where all of the tables have been cleared out, moved away, replaced with one big table that fits all, in this case, 12 of you. Inside, the only other people that are there at the moment are a catering staff, who actually have some sort of magic headband around their ears and eyes. So they can't see or hear anything as far as you can tell. And then there is a half-orc and another female elf sitting at one end of the table together. The half-orc is this kind of heavy-set woman with uneven white hair and brown eyes. And they seem to be playing a game of dice. And she is winning every single time. Elias, you know this as the priestess of Novus. Her name is Thildemerk. And this, she is, as people have described her, impossibly lucky. Sitting across from her is the female elf, who is exceptionally beautiful, even among elves, with this kind of neatly tied back auburn hair and these bright gray eyes. And the only physical sign of damage on her is this large scar right across one of her eyes, perpendicular to the eye. So it goes over the eyebrow and the cheek.
Makes sense.
And while she seems partially frustrated by losing the game, she also seems to be expecting it. Additionally, Rewil, the halfling man, is sitting on one side of the table, currently communing with his raven. And there is, next to him, a male gnome who is shorter than most gnomes, even by, gnome standards. He is also a little heavier set, with white hair and dark gray eyes, and he is kind of fiddling with his tools with this little clockwork raven in front of him. This you can only assume is probably the man that was referred to as Rice. He seems so invested in the raven that he doesn't even notice that you enter. The others kind of give you quick glances, but they don't really seem to pay you any mind.
Right on.
Friendly crowd here, huh?
Yeah.
And once you've entered and decided where you're going to sit, the catering staff is going to come out in their strange blindfolds and offer you food and drinks and whatever you might be interested in having while you wait for the rest to arrive.
I'm just gonna have something light and a nice glass of water for now.
Sure.
Yeah, very light. So I would like tea, the usual herbal tea.
Sure.
Something fancy, or like whatever the best they have is. But I'm not going to consume alcohol here. That sounds like a bad idea.
And I don't think Elias wants his witness to also consume alcohol.
Yeah,
So-
no. If you get drunk, I'll kill you. If you get drunk enough to fuck this up, I'll kill you the second we leave. I won't even make it look like an accident. I'll be so mad.
Literally, we'll just have a fight in the middle of the fucking street.
Settlefon, do you want to have anything to eat or drink? They do obviously make it clear this is all free. It's being provided.
Oh, that kid.
Is there some sort of etiquette here that I would be aware of?
Like what sort of? What
To
sort of?
partake in like a...
Would it be like impolite to actually
Yeah.
order something?
Oh no,
Yeah,
no. It would actually be more impolite not to, because someone's taken the effort to not only provide the catering staff, but has also ensured privacy by essentially blinding and deafening them. Though you can assume they can hear your orders.
And nothing else?
It's probably selective hearing, so most likely they can only hear the order.
Nice.
And they probably have some very limited amount of sight to themselves. But even if you were to just get something, nice to drink, that would probably be, I guess, acceptable etiquette. Just as long as you're not taking nothing.
Yeah, then I will change my order from water to a nice tea as well.
There you go.
Not
Yeah,
just standard tea.
So close.
So in that case, Xenophon's also gonna order some tea.
Okay.
Probably the bitter variety. I'd imagine he's the kind of person that likes
Oh, yeah.
his
Elias
black
doesn't.
tea or whatever.
Elias doesn't drink his sweetened either.
Okay.
Yeah, totally. Karatha doesn't drink sweetened tea either.
So,
There you go.
you guys order your tea. It's brought out relatively quickly.
Let I hit a check. Put some sugar in it.
After a couple more minutes, the rest of the priests and priestesses start to filter in, starting with a male gnome who is slightly more slender than the average gnome, with auburn hair and green eyes, and some nice scale mail, and absurd amounts of jewelry. Even by your standards, Elias, this is a lot of jewelry. There's almost no part of him that isn't pierced or in some way adorned.
I mean, that's dope. I love that for him. I'm glad he's living his best life.
He comes in with this kind of haughty, holier than thou attitude, and he finds himself a nice place to sit. Probably closer to the half-orc and the elf at the other end of the table. Then comes in a female elf with golden hair and blue eyes, who has this little red fox following her. And she takes a seat. Then another female half-elf comes in with her uneven brown hair and green eyes, and she's still wearing her chainmail, and she takes a seat. And getting a kind of glance at everything, you're able to identify, Elias, that the one with the excessive jewelry, that is the cleric of Imperos. Mm-hmm. Then there's the elf with gold hair. She belongs to Augur's church. Mm-hmm. Then the half-elf with the chainmail belongs to Camael.
Nope.
And once everyone's seated, the two from outside come in. The half-elf, the priestess of Vapos, she takes a seat, and the other one closes the door and stays by it in kind of this ready-to-act fashion. Like, if anything happens, she's going to be the first one to spring into battle. though she doesn't seem to anticipate anything happening. And then her rat kind of climbs up her back and sits on her shoulder.
Karatha feels so fucking out of place and so uncomfortable being here right now.
You look out of place too. Even the most utilitarian outfit on the female half-orc and her female elf friend, they have very nice clothing on. And you can tell even they get like in the thick of it very often.
She's like to herself, she's like, I just should have worn my armor.
I mean,
Fucking warrior, not a fucking civilian girl. Why the fuck am I dressed up like this?
And then the elf and her half-plate's gonna kind of pat her rat's head, and then everyone's here. What is it that you wanted?
well, I was very clear in that whenever I sent out the missive to begin with. The Emperor, the one that was assassinated, was done so by his son at the behest of the Yellow King. The palace is an impromptu temple to the Yellow King now. The man in charge of our empire is mad and working at the behest of an outer god.
And there's kind of this moment of pause and discussion amongst themselves, this confused murmur. Red Will speaks up. I assume you have proof of this.
Indeed, I do. This, Karatha, was one of the Emperor's bodyguards when it happened. They saw it happen. They saw the emissary of the Yellow King assassinate the Emperor.
All the eyes kind of turn to Karatha.
She'll just muster up her confidence and go, this is true. I was hired to bodyguard the Emperor while one of his personal bodyguards had to take time off to go take care of something. The night of his assassination, I came to his room because I was hearing strange noises. I entered the room to find the king, the Emperor, choking on nothing. It seemed like something was forcibly restricting his ability to breathe. When I went to go and help him, I was frozen mid walk towards him, and the image of this person in yellow robes peered into my vision and pretty much stopped me mid entrance, and before I knew it, I faded to black, and I only awoke the morning of when everybody else came to check up on the Emperor and found that his body found that he had deceased. I say that a lot more coherently than I am right now.
It's okay. It happens. We all trip on our words sometimes.
Yeah.
And so you're telling us that this is all this whole act is on behest of the
new Emperor.
The new Emperor.
I've had private meetings with him. He left behind for some time, on accident, his spell book, and upon my deciphering of it, I found evidence of outer madness. I do not believe this to be a coincidence.
I have also seen the same light coming from the Emperor's room when I was doing my patrols at night. The same yellow light that I've also saw when I was trying to save the Emperor.
I do not believe it is a coincidence that the new Emperor, the old Emperor's son, being engrossed in these outer madnesses, in the allure of the unknown and unknowable, and then the Emperor, the late Emperor, being killed by such a force. That is not a coincidence. It was planned. The fact that the Emperor was not revived, that his son eagerly took the throne immediately afterwards. I don't think there's any other conclusion to draw here. The Emperor's son, the Emperor as he is now, rather, he is either the ringleader of this mess or heavily involved and under someone else's control. Either way, the capital is compromised entirely. The Empire is compromised entirely by outer madness. And something must be done about it.
Okay. Nana, the elfin half-plate, is going to pipe up. The Emperor was not revived because he had specific orders not to attempt a resurrection, even though his soul was unwilling to return to his body, though the expediency with which his son took his position is a cause for concern. I can personally verify much of what is being said here, as it was my clerics who did the examination on the body. The Emperor died of an unknown cause at first. There was no perceivable signs of struggle or explainable reason for his death other than his heart simply stopped. We presumed it was because magic had assaulted him, and later were able to confirm that by using some illicit means to speak with his soul. However, the claim that it is an outer being is a bold one. There's no evidence that we have perceived so far that supports this. It's simply the word of you and your ally, your friend. And we are a bit hesitant, at least in my church, to act upon such loose information. And then,
well, I would be happy to provide more if I could find it. If I have your sanction, I will investigate much more thoroughly. I would suggest everyone here divert some time and effort to do so. It's not a small accusation. I would not bring it if I didn't have evidence. But you understand I didn't have time to duplicate the mad scrawlings I found in the Prince, the Emperor's spellbook. Or I would have.
Rewill's going to speak up. If you saw this spellbook again, you could identify it? Most likely?
Yes. Easily.
Then perhaps evidence can be gathered. There... Almost right after the Emperor perished, just before the funeral, the new Emperor, his son, came and demanded to open a very secure deposit with me. And normally I would not think twice. However, the object he gave me, well, the two objects he gave me, one was a spellbook, which is not unusual for wizards of his sort, but he gave with it a small box inside of which I could hear the beating of a heart. That one of those on their own I may not have questioned, but no matter what I asked him, he was hesitant to relinquish any information for me. I have not opened that box at his request, but if this is the sort of claim that's being brought upon him, perhaps it is worthwhile to investigate the contents and ensure their integrity is not of the outsider variety.
Regardless of the contents of the box, if you can have the book extradited, brought before the council as a whole, even, though I will recommend heavy caution against handling it carelessly. Make sure that anyone who opens it first and foremost is either so well protected that you fear nothing for them, or ready to be a martyr.
Perhaps there's another better way to go about this? As you seem to know something of the outer gods, I would assume so because of your goddess.
Yes.
The meeting I proposed before, where you would come and examine my business and determine if you wanted to make an agreement with me, this can serve double purpose.
Indeed.
If you can, as you say, confirm that the spellbook is what you're saying it is, then while we are examining my vault, I will open it.
Understand, while this favors exactly what I wish, I must caution, that is treason.
This entire
Are you
meeting
ready?
This entire meeting has already begun with the pretense of treason.
Indeed, but this entire meeting is entirely easy to sweep under the rug with the precautions we've taken.
And necessary precautions will be taken upon opening that door.
As you say.
My vault is already secured against scrying in a permanent fashion. It would simply be another layer of security to perhaps try to disable the contents of that safe. But there is one concern I have. As you say that whoever reads this book, whoever opens it, whoever touches it, has to be prepared for the contingency that they may turn into a martyr.
Yes.
What do we do if that turns out to be you? If you are unable to confirm the book before, say, losing your mind?
Well, there's a silver lining therein. If I lose my mind upon examining the book, you know what I have said to be true, and you can proceed with ousting the Emperor, and I will be that martyr. Regardless, whoever opens it, if they go mad, what I meant when I said they should be prepared to be martyrs, that person should be slain immediately before they do something untoward. These kinds of things that can compromise you to your very soul.
And you are prepared to support this endeavor if we determine what you say to be true.
I would not have brought it before you all if I was not completely confident in and willing to stake my very place in society, my very life upon it. This is not a trivial matter. I would not bring it forward if I was not fully committed.
Okay. The male gnome, Rice, is going to kind of peek up from what he's doing. Might I add the potentially suspicious nature of this all? At the risk of sounding contrary, at the risk of opposing the greater good that we all stand for here. What's to say this is not political espionage? That you have not decided that the new emperor is not in your favor, and you've decided you want him out? Just as a thought experiment on the matter.
Of course, I expected someone to say as much. It would be an obvious and easy ploy. However, the very situation we've been handed safeguards against that. And that the book was handed into the custody of the vault by the Emperor himself. Unless so, if I confirm the contents of the book, we cannot question the truth of what I have said, as it is provided by the very man we conspire against. I could not possibly frame him to such a degree that he would hand over evidence of his own ill-doings if they were false. And if I could, would such a man be fit to be emperor? One so easily tricked? I think not.
It is true that it would be a difficult endeavor to falsify evidence. However, all of us in this room are aware both of your magical prowess and of the potential of any given one of us. Myself, as a studier of the arcane, I could easily attempt to falsify that evidence. All I'm proposing, all I seek to bring to light here, is that it would be worth our while to at least individually vet your claims.
Oh, absolutely. And I welcome as much. If I was trying to trick you, I would not seek an avenue that allows for such. I would have already brought fabricated evidence. No, each of you are completely within your right and power to examine this situation as a whole from any angle you desire and verify anything I lay eyes upon. All I ask is that if you do your own investigations, that you be discreet until we are ready and concluded on this matter and willing to make a public stand.
We would be fools to do anything but. Then, here is the proposal. I've discussed this with my fellows in private sanctums and considered what might be brought before us. In 2 months, we will reconvene.
Yes?
In those 2 months, each church will do its own independent vetting of this claim. Whatever possible evidence can be gathered, both by yourself to support your claim, and by us to verify it. At the end of that 2 months, we will present our evidences and our case, and we'll make a judgment whether we are to act upon the information, sit on it to see what happens, or believe it to be a falsehood. I understand the urgency that you bring forth by claiming this to be an outer god, and I understand that those creatures do not wait very long before acting upon their plans. They are impulsive, destructive creatures. But that does not...
I understand caution. I understand not wanting to immediately upend the Empire off of hearsay. I would still propose 2 months is too long.
1 month is dangerous. It forces...
Tomorrow is dangerous.
1 month encourages haste. It encourages improper study, improper search. The first month should be discovery. The second month should be vetting. If you believe 2 months to be too long, then perhaps we have another meeting at the 1 month mark to discuss our findings, and then make the judgment at the second month. But by rushing it, you ruin the potential that some of the evidence may come to light that has yet to be found.
I simply worry that if we wait too long, things that we cannot fix may happen. The Yellow King is dangerous. If his plans are put into motion, the entirety of this star could be compromised. You understand this?
I understand, and you also understand that a fledgling emperor just taking the throne, who is unpopular amongst his subjects, may not act immediately unless he's forced. I've seen
Which do you cater popularity towards more? Your subjects or your god? For me it is God. I would hope for all of you it is God, and that is precisely the problem. His god is cold and cruel and does not care.
But his god is also smart. The King in Yellow may be an impulsive, destructive creature who cares not for the lives of others, but if he has the sort of machinations to convince a son to assassinate his father in a position of political power, he cares about the politics involved. He would not jeopardize it so readily. Unless he has a plan in place that would destroy us immediately, in which case this is all futile to begin with. From what I can gather, based on the things you've said, what I've seen and heard myself, we have time. Not much, but we have time. Enough that we can spare an additional month on making sure that when we come to the public with this claim, that we are not doubted.
Fine. However, if what I find in that vault is conclusive enough, I may be forced to act on my own.
If what you find in that vault is conclusive, we will act immediately. But again, it will be vetted by us individually.
No further complaints then. Thank you for your time.
Then I must also address a certain matter that has been on my mind. Since we're here,
By all means.
your boat, what is it called?
Yes.
The Horizon Chaser.
Yes.
I'm worried
What?
about it.
Why?
It is a weapon unlike any that exists here. And you can't claim that it's not. I've seen the fight. I've seen
Yes.
a dozen times people's memories of it. You slew a
Yes.
dragon, the size of which this plane has not seen in hundreds of years.
Yes. Do you have more flattery for me?
He just kind of stares at you for a moment.
Kratz just kind of like coughs a little bit and looks away, trying to hold it a laugh.
I would ask, and I believe there are several among us here who would request the same thing, that while we are investigating this, for a number of reasons, that so long as you remain on this plane, you minimize your usage of it.
Of course, it is not a tool for war. It came to me in a vision from my goddess. I constructed it to avert calamity, which it has done. The dragon is dead. It is a symbol of peace and hope. It is not meant...
I'm only going to use it for the most essential yacht cruises.
Shut up, Moral! I love you, but goddammit.
So long as you understand the concerns laid about, and
Yes, I understand. It would cause problems if it were to appear above cities after people have seen what it can do. What it will not do, as again, it is a tool of peace.
given
I
the
understand.
nature of what you've brought before us, I fail to believe that any one of us is outside of the influence of this creature. That is why we should individually vet evidence.
Of course. If you're suggesting that the King in Yellow might compromise me and use the Horizon Chaser, don't worry. It's proofed against such endeavors.
Well, so long
Like
as you are accepting of the concept of minimizing your usage, that, I believe, placates the concerns we have been having amongst ourselves for the period of time.
Unless it is direly needed due to danger in travel, it will remain docked here at the capital as it has.
Good. Then I believe that's everything.
Though, that said, I do have urgent business on another plane in little more than a week, and it will be gone then.
Do as you must when you're on another plane. I understand the dangers that come with extraplanar travel.
Yes.
We care not about that, only that you do not accidentally intimidate people while you are here.
Understandable.
I'll make sure I only do it intentionally.
I mean, it's a perfectly valid point. Like, hey, don't go parking this giant murder boat over other major cities. They might get the wrong idea. I get that. That makes sense to me.
That does make sense.
Then, so long as everything has been understood here and we are all in agreement, then we will convene in 2 months' time, and we will discuss the evidence brought before us, so long as nothing conclusive is determined before then.
I thought we agreed we would meet in 1 month's time to determine if we needed another month or not.
My apologies. 1 month and then another month after.
No disagreements.
He
Thank you for your time.
kind of looks to the rest of them, and there's a little bit of murmured discontent between the female half-orc and the female elf next to her, but they
Can
kind of...
Can I try to hear it in on that little murmur? See if I can get anything from it?
Well, it's not necessarily any... They're not, like, talking to each other. It's just... They're both clearly impatient people.
Right.
So it's more just like, you know, if something's going to happen, they want it to happen soon. But they're not arguing.
Vido Desna be with you all. I take my leave.
We will leave one at a time after you and yours have gone. Simply to keep the public eye away from us.
Of course. And go ahead and leave, though. My immediate assumption in that, and this is in character as well, though I'm not going to voice it, is that if we're leaving first and they're going to leave staggered after, they're going to be talking some shit.
That's a pretty safe assumption.
Yeah. Man, I saved the city from a dragon. I get no respect from this council.
I mean, the respect is pretty much that they met with you.
Yeah, it's true. My God, that
I mean,
is
also,
the thing.
they're clearly terrified of you.
I mean, they should be. It probably bothers them immensely because my God is minor in the pantheon compared to all of them. They're all the big fuckers, and I'm sitting here like, I need to call a meeting with the big council. I have a giant murder boat. Speak with me immediately.
All right.
So
I say city, not any of you losers.
So I guess as we're leaving and like we're finally a earshot away from them, Cross is gonna pipe him and go, "Is it just me, or like was that just a big waste of time?"
No, that was important.
It just seemed like they were all really just stupidly complacent about all this. Like we gave them, like
I'm sure one or more of them are compromised. In fact, I would not be surprised if half of them were compromised. But that plays into our hand as well. Based on the way the Emperor's movements change after this meeting, we'll know whether or not.
What makes it okay? So hold on. Let's say that half of them are compromised. What's going to stop him from just charging into your church and just arresting you right on the spot?
Well, he can certainly try, and that would be a large inconvenience if it were to occur. But there's a few things. One, I am loved. My temple spends the majority of its earnings on charity. We offer free housing, free food to travelers. The common people love us. We saved the city from a dragon recently and declared it in the glory of our god. If he makes a move against me without substantial evidence of wrongdoing, the commoners will eat him alive. 2, if he storms my temple, I will simply leave. I will teleport out, I will arrive on my boat, and I will leave the continent. And nothing he can do will be able to pursue me fast enough to matter. So, while he wastes his time vainly trying to throw a temper tantrum, attack me for dissenting, his public image will be destroyed. That is why I'm not worried about it. There will be no true consequence for me, and he has everything to lose.
Huh. You really thought about all this, thought about this ahead of time, huh?
Of course. One does not end up in my position without thinking about things well ahead of time.
Oh, speaking of interdimensional planar travel, I recently got an investigator, and I would like to talk to you about what he found at some point. Over tea?
Of course, that would be lovely. I assume that splinter cult of Novus, you're talking about that, yes?
Yeah, I'll give you a spoiler. Apparently, they have a permanent portal to the plane of fire.
Nearby, that's...
Honestly, yeah, that's about 2 days. That's a 2 days journey from here.
That's interesting.
Although it's not huge, it's just small. And apparently, it's in a shack. But like I said, we'll talk about it more over tea.
Very well. In the meantime, we should begin final preparations for our journey to the Winter Court.
Finally, I'm getting sick and tired of just standing around doing nothing.
No, it's not standing around doing nothing. We wouldn't be back here if there weren't important things to do.
Yeah, that is true. I'm just glad that kind of went better than I expected. I was expecting like a lot more. What's the word I'm looking for? It's like people get angry at you and throw a tantrum.
I mean, yeah, I wasn't expecting them to be amenable to my request at all. There was a very, very real chance that we would simply be yelled at and thrown out for wasting time with this. Though, I suppose the fact that they all bothered to meet together at all minimized such a thing.
I guess the promise of free food and drink kind of tempted them.
I doubt anyone there is free enough to have shown up just for food and drink.
By the way, are you actually going to take that guy up on that guy's offer?
Oh, to go to the vault and investigate? Of course.
Well, it seemed like there was other business you had with him, but I'm not going to pry if you don't want to talk about it.
No, it's the motions of finance. Dreadfully boring, I assure you.
Okay, yeah, I don't want to know about that. Well, if you don't need me for anything else, as soon as we get back, I'm going to head back to the tavern and get ready. I need to practice on a couple more things. I need to really figure out about this transformation and...
Don't talk about that in public.
Right, sorry. I need to see about something and make sure my griffin's okay with it.
Of course. Then, upon the promised date, arrive at the temple, the Horizon Spacer will be prepared for takeoff, and we will leave to the First World.
Alright. Oh, speaking of First World, you did return that book to that guy, right?
Actually, that's a very good point. I should do that.
Damn it!
Before I get super cursed.
Why'd you have to remind him?
Thanks, Karatha. Of all the people to owe my life to, this is weird. Not what I expected.
Yeah, well, I'm taking Stefan's hint to heart.
Anyways, thanks. Thank you. Very good.
Alright, so yeah, once we split off, I'm gonna head to the tavern and get ready.
Yeah.
Do my usual thing and make sure my griffin is, like, not gonna freak the fuck out the first time I transform in front of them.
Yeah, I mean, the griffin doesn't seem to care about the transformation.
Thank
Just,
God.
you know, if you do it while you're riding the griffin, that won't go well because you actually increase to large when you transform.
Oh God.
Yeah, so don't do it while riding.
So wait, if I charge as a large creature with the belt,
You get a +1, and yeah, no, you count as huge during that charge, yes.
yes.
Which actually makes it go from a +1 to a +4, which is dope.
Oh shit, yeah.
Yeah, no, it's good. This is a good upgrade for you. It also increases the size of all your weapons and shit by 1, which is great. Yeah, no, this is a very solid template for you to get. This is almost ideal. I mean, it's no bloody skeleton, but...
Bloody skeleton lycanthrope? No.
No, I'm not giving Moral that power. Fuck yeah.
It doesn't work anyways.
How are you to your pulse?
I am very attached, thank you.
You can't do it anyways. The lycanthrope template requires you to be alive, so...
Yeah.
Yes.
Now wait 1 sec. Oh wait, no, never mind. I just remembered if they die during lycanthropy, they revert back to their normal form. I would say if we kill them and then reanimate them while they're big, but it literally doesn't work. They already planned against this.
Alright. So, any final preparations you guys want to make before you start to head to the First World again?
think we have any. I know I don't have any, unless someone finally wants some fucking tattoos.
Again, I still don't trust you with the needle.
I
Dear me.
absolutely would, but I can't afford anything, and I'd rather just get on with this.
That's fair. It's understandable.
All right. And I think Minori's silence can be taken as she has nothing she wants to do.
Yeah, meat eater. I'm cool with gold.
Minori's typing them words.
Correct. Okay, give me just a second to re-export the
She
map.
said correct. All right.
Yep, I'm just going to re-export the map instead of trying to find it in my downloads.
Yeah, I'll be right back. That Gatorade's catching up to me.
Jeez. Why did you chug a Gatorade again?
I don't know!
As he's incredibly susceptible to suggestion.
Sounds like it, yeah. But hey, you know, that's something.
Oh, we'll save.
Yeah.
I mean, humans are naturally susceptible to suggestion. Just when you're carrying on a conversation with someone, just tell them to hold their hand out and they'll do it.
That's true. That's true, they do usually.
Nope, that's print. I don't have a printer. Also, I assume in your preparation before going to the first world, you're going to return the books.
I mean, yeah, obviously that was... And since I'm familiar with his place of residence now, I can in fact just teleport there.
You
cannot
teleport into the forest.
Oh, it's completely teleport blocked?
Yes, okay. But he gave you a way in to avoid all the magical shenanigans.
That's true. So yeah, I can teleport there, go in, knock on his door 3 times, set the book on his porch, and leave, because I do not want to talk to him. He's a nasty little man.
He doesn't want to talk to you either.
Yeah, I know he doesn't. So this is the best course for everyone involved. I'll leave a nice handwritten note on it, thanking him.
Alright.
Thanks for nothing, die in a fire.
Thanks for nothing, perish.
Actually, I don't remember. I think I asked him if there's anything nice he liked from outside the forest that he would want me to get him. Did he give me an answer to that? I don't remember if he's...
He has nothing that he wanted.
Okay.
Just leave a tea set on top of the book.
Well, see, that's the thing is, I would like to get him a nice bottle of booze, but like I said, I was pretty sure I asked him if he had anything he liked, and he was like, "No, I don't like anything, and I especially don't like you. Go away. I'm rude." I'm like, okay, sure.
I don't think that's how exactly it went, but yeah, pretty much.
No, that's exactly how it went. I remember the same thing.
Word for word. I've never met someone with an eidetic memory before.
Alright, let's go to the first world already so I can go eat the Ice Queen's heart.
Yeah. Like I said, if not literally, definitely spiritually, that's how it went.
Yeah, but now literally.
Alright.
Yeah, that's canon now.
So, the week goes by, you guys make any final preparation you have to, and meet up once again at the Horizon Chaser. The day comes, you guys board the ship and do some final calibrations on the table to make sure it's all working correctly and everything is good to go. Are you bringing any of your people with you, Elias, other than your kind of core entourage?
I mean, so I don't remember if I actually... Oh, that's not good. I don't remember if I messaged it to you or not, but I have a core crew for the ship that includes certain servants, guards, and engineers.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, no.
Yeah, I figured you had that. So, okay. So as long as it's just your core people, no one else is bringing anything extra.
Well, I'm bringing my griffin just in case.
I mean, yeah, that's expected.
Yeah, figured.
As a note, we don't have a crew space under dock for the Griffin. Like we can fit Moral's Undead easily because we can use the lowest level storage to literally pack them in there like fucking cargo. But we don't have a space for the Griffin, so it'll have to sleep in your bedroom. Hope that's cool.
I like
what about on deck?
I mean, I guess it could just chill on deck.
Yeah. I'll make sure its armor's on all the time, so that way it doesn't misbehave.
I mean, you want to take its armor off when it sleeps so that it doesn't accrue exhaustion.
Oh yeah, duh, I'm doing that, but like when waking up and stuff like that.
Yeah.
All right. So you board up, make sure everything's good to go, attune the table, and set off.
Yeah, away we go.
And
We're going on a trip in our favorite flying ship.
ooh,
Fucking.
Yeah. Get hit with a blast from the past, bitch.
I'm gonna pull everyone to the scene.
Cannot switch scenes until there's loading.
Is it being difficult?
I'm just gonna
No,
restart.
it's here now. God, this is
white.
right. That bitch taking way too much of the pie.
Yep.
Oh, did she get like further into the thing?
No, I just don't
Not
think you guys.
noticeably.
I don't think you guys looked at it very much before.
Oh, I did. I looked
Yeah,
at it.
it's like she has almost half of it.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, damn.
I'm very confused. What are we talking about?
First plane.
The first world.
Yeah. See that white frozen area? Yeah, she's taking like.
No, I don't. I've also lost connection to the server. Cool.
That makes sense.
Just restart.
Yep.
That's weird.
So, what I'm seeing here is that we've got a nice giant tree in this court and a nice giant tree in this court, but the other two don't have a nice giant tree.
One has a giant hole, and the other one has a giant castle
Yeah.
with a door. Why is there a door there? That's weird. It's a weird door.
There's a reason for that. Don't
Will we
you
find-
worry, there's a reason.
Will we find out? Maybe.
Probably not tonight, but you'll find out.
There's a
So-
lot of cool stuff here I want to look at, actually. Like
So-
this tower up here.
So you board the Horizon Chaser, take to the skies, and punch through the space between the planes, traveling through the sheer bitter cold of the storm surrounding the first world that's been slowly encroaching on it for a while now. And you appear... where are you setting the destination for exactly?
So, on that note, actually, since I know it's friendly territory to us, I would like to start in the summer court, actually. Oh, damn it, the thing that lets me ping. You don't have the thing that lets me ping, but that's okay. I will just,
Draw a circle.
Yep.
Yeah, better,
I gotta remember. I
Got
gotta,
a good idea to start in friendly territory and then go into enemy territory.
I gotta remember to get the ping thing. Okay.
Yeah.
So, you punch through the space between the planes, travel through the blizzard, and end up right smack in the middle of the summer court in the friendly territory there.
Yep.
And I assume you're probably decently high up in the sky. Which gives you a pretty good overview of the first world from there. You can kind of make out the different aspects of it all. The large tree where the summer court's eldest lives. The one in the spring court where you can only assume they're eldest. The large kind of sandstone building with the fall court where, again, their eldest probably exists. And then in the winter court, among the ice and the snow and the frozen trees and the frozen mountains, you see this large, imposing fortress. Even at your height, it is a very imposing structure and complex. And you can see figures just at the height that you're at and the distance you're at. They look more like ants than anything. But they're moving around constantly, shifting, doing things. And this complex is buzzing with life and activity, most of which you know is a warmongering, bloodthirsty crew. And behind it, where the blizzard meets the ice, there is this door that scrapes up towards the sky of the first world, disappearing even into the clouds beyond which you can see.
That's not good.
And there's chains crisscrossing across it all the way down to the bottom. And every so often you can see something hit it, and the entire door shakes and pushes outwards, struggling against the chains. Then it relaxes, and it happens again, almost like this steady heartbeat coming from inside.
It's awful.
Yeah, that sounds scary. Fuck.
Yeah, that sounds terrifying. That's awful. I hate that. Nothing about that is good.
Oh, we
Why are
have
we against? Is it too late to switch sides?
Look,
Sorry, I take back what I said. I want to be your friend now.
Look, they've
So-
wronged Elias and they threatened to kill me. I'm enemies. Let's do this.
My entire objection with their whole funk is that they're Hastra aligned and it cannot be allowed. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Unacceptable.
I don't bloody think Yog Sothoth allows it.
I'm gonna kind of like walk over to the side of the boat and kind of like, for some reason, sniff the air just to get the familiar smell
Yeah.
of this place.
We're like half a mile up. It smells like cold.
Yeah, pretty much. You smell the sky and not much else.
Okay, just making sure. I turn to Elias and go, "We're going straight for them?"
No. I actually have a detour I wanted to make first, and I believe Minori has business on this side as well. Oh yeah, Minori, did you get to finish your crafty thing? Your gift? If not, I have a spare songbird. Because I never did end up giving it to the guy. Okay, good.
Got too offended because he called you out.
Yeah, that's exactly it. Yeah, he was mean to me, so I didn't give him his gift. That's exactly correct. As I have a small appointment I need to make as well. So once we finish those things, we'll head over to the Winter Court. Now, on that note, I need to retire and prepare my spells. And keep a vigilant watch. I have guards as well to assist, to make sure nothing approaches while we anchor here. In the loose term, we won't be dropping anchors, as I don't fancy a chain that long.
All right, I'll keep a protective perimeter and scout around,
Infinite
And I'm
chain
gonna-
works.
and I'm gonna whistle for Griffin, and then we're gonna jump off the boat. I'm gonna hop on him, and then we're hop on her, and we're gonna fly out, do some scouting.
Sure.
Cool.
I mean, I have a Griffin in the open area. I'm going to use it.
Yeah, no, absolutely. As a note, Mr. DM, sir,
Hello.
what I'm preparing to do is cast locate creature so I can find that young brass dragon because I have to eat his heart.
Okay. Sure.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Why?
So
Why? I mean that. Hey, no one asks you why you do things, and if they do, that's rude of them, and you should ask them to stop. Tell them to mind their own business. By the
I mean,
way,
that's
mind
fair,
your own
but I'm
business.
just like, did he offend you, or is this like an agenda thing?
My
It's
girl
an
business.
agenda thing.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay, that's fine.
No, it's. I've got wheels within wheels,
Define it.
moral wheels within wheels. No, it's a thing I have to do. Prepare for a big ass ritual I have to do later.
That's dope.
I like that one of the things that blocks it is running water.
For locate creature, is it really?
Yes, that's not a
That's
problem in
incredible.
this case, but that's funny to me.
Yeah, that's fucking incredible.
What is this? A fucking vampire?
One would think.
All right, so I guess.
Okay.
Do I make a perception check? Because I am actually scouting the area.
Sure, if you want to make a perception check.
I do.
As for Elias, you go and you prepare locate creature, and you use it, and
Why am I rolling shit today? Fuck.
I mean,
Still not bad.
luckily
You should be rolling dice.
luckily it's going to be in the same direction as where Minori needs to go.
Nice.
So Karatha, you fly around and you keep an eye on things, and the skies here seem relatively clear. Every so often you do catch a large patch of trees near the ground suddenly turn and shift to look up to the sky, stare at you for a moment, and then slowly shift back.
Good weird ass trees.
As expected.
Karatha just kind of looks back at the trees and just like, okay, just continues scouting.
Not gonna wave, rude ass.
Well, they just looked at me and then turned away.
So, I need to be elucidated a little bit here because I think this is Salafon's first time being here.
It is.
Where the hell are we?
The first world, the Fey realm. This is where fairies live.
Yeah, you're in the realm of the Fae.
Is this another dimension? Is this another plane? Or...
It's another plane.
It's another plane, yeah. We traveled to another plane using the boat.
Which, actually, so this would probably be your first time doing that, Settlefon. So, the entire experience is similar to how you use Dimension Door. The feeling is similar, but the actual transference has almost this deconstructive quality to it. Almost like you're being broken apart and rebuilt on the new plane.
Not comfortable.
No.
It's kind of trippy.
Not comfortable in the slightest. And what you can see of the first world is surprisingly normal at a distance. Like, over the summer court, the area that you guys are in, you can see what look like horses running across the open plains and several patches of what look to be large cats, predators. Kind of some typical things you would expect to see, but if you're looking, you would also occasionally see the patches of trees that turn and look up at Karatha and the boat, and then shift back into their normal positions.
Okay. There's weird stuff about, right?
Yes. The Fae are strange.
Yeah, I would give it about 30 minutes, and then I would probably head back to the boat.
Okay.
So do I make one more perception check, or do I just...
No, there's nothing that seems to be happening other than the occasional, treant that's turning and staring up at you.
When it does that, when I see one that stares at me, I just look at it and just wave at it.
Alright. So, Elias, you have your locate creature activated by the time that Karatha returns.
Yes.
And you have a general direction as per the spell. And at the moment, it does not appear to be moving. The creature is stationary.
All right. Where's it at? Draw me something on the map. The direction.
It is... Let me see if I can just get a line. Yeah. It's kind of in this direction.
All right, cool.
That is a rectangle.
That's fine.
That is technically, according to Pathfinder rules, a line. So, heck you.
Yeah, it's a line. That's fine. All right, yeah, I will. I'll inform Bodhi McBoatface to slow cruise in that direction and get a bit close to the ground.
All right.
And since it also has a pretty high perception score, I will in fact tell the boat to be on the lookout for a brass dragon.
Well, based on the sense that you're getting, it is probably somewhere in the tree line, so it may not be necessarily visible from the height that you guys are at.
Makes sense.
But it can.
I mean, we'll get close. We'll drop down until we're just a couple dozen feet above the tree line.
Yeah,
that's fine.
And it can make a perception check as you go, and you can as well, so that you can.
All right.
Yeah.
Go boat, go. Damn.
Sorry, I'm just...
This thing had sails. I didn't know it was a go boat.
Haha, funny.
And
There we go.
much better.
Let me take a peek at this.
You roll a 3 and a 19.
Yeah.
Okay.
18.
So, as you get closer, you follow the direction that the spell is taking you in. The dragon is not on the ground at the moment. It appears to be kind of nestled into some trees and just observing at the moment. Kind of keeping a watchful eye out after everything that's happened, because you guys really have only been gone like a month, so there's probably been some additional skirmishing in the meantime. Oh, that is the wrong pixel size. So it's kind of relaxing in the tree line at the moment, but also keeping a watchful eye out on everything that's going on.
So we found it. I would like to hail it.
Okay. Any particular thing you do to hail its attention, or just be like, hey, come here?
Oh, we're gonna get the boat nice and close, and I will stand on the prow of the boat. You're the one who helped us.
It's going to kind of peek up from where it's been watching to see the boat, and then fly up and get... It's actually, because it's small enough, unless you're going to stop it, it's going to land on the boat.
Yeah, no, that's absolutely fine.
Oh my god.
This is even better. Then I just need to open this map.
Yep, we have a map.
Yeah, we do.
I don't have a token in this scene. Oh no.
I will fix that right now. I assume you're kind of in that area. Karatha, you should probably fix your token.
What happened?
Just look at it.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, I see a black screen. I don't think I have vision here.
Yes, I am not yet.
Your tokens are on the map.
Yeah, it's not giving us vision yet.
Give me...
At least not for me.
Give me 1 sec.
I fixed this once.
Trying to multitask.
Alright.
No worries. Take it.
Oh god.
I haven't let you off the boat yet unless you jumped off.
I was gonna say, did you teleport off the boat, or are you...
See, I remember where your business is. I was gonna, like, drop you off right there, you know?
This is settle fonts.
Unless you don't want the fucking giant boat taxi.
Where the fuck's my token?
What the hell is going on with the vision here? Okay. What the fuck? Okay, how about I do this? I'm just gonna edit the map really fast. I'm just gonna take vision off the map because you don't need the fog of war here. So
Yeah, we don't.
tokens should be there now. You should be able to see everything. And I will grab the dragon.
Also, please look and enjoy our... I need to get a ring around that token for you. Anyways, please look and enjoy what I did with our nice table. It's got angels around it.
Okay,
Aw.
I have no fucking clue what happened or I think I fixed it. Try re-uploading it, I guess.
You should be able
You
to...
can upload it yourself.
Okay, how do I destroy the token then? Because I can't.
You don't destroy it, you just edit the token.
Change the image.
I did that.
Did you click save?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Let me try it. Let me try it again.
Just send me the token. I'll take care of it.
Yeah.
I'm just
Can I just say, I like your choice of words. Destroy is such a visceral word to you.
Yeah, yeah, that was pretty dope. Actually, that's true.
Choose image.
There we go. Okay, it's fixed.
Awesome. Cool. I'm gonna fix the dragon's token as well really fast.
Yeah, I made my own token.
Okay. So, The dragon, it comes up, it flies onto the deck, lands, and kind of settles itself on the deck with some amount of comfort, though it's still just standing there and staring at you guys. Let me finish getting its token updated. Are you going to wait for it to speak, or are you going to preempt it?
Stefan's just gonna mutter under his breath, like, fascinating. Like a dragon. I've never laid my eyes upon one before.
And as Stefan looks around, everyone else just like is not amused. Just like looks casual about it.
I mean, yeah, of course.
I'd imagine the proper reaction for someone who's never seen a dragon is to be like, whoa, dude, I thought these things were dead.
Yeah, I mean that's your proper reaction. Our proper reaction is, hey, cool, neat.
We've seen one of these before.
Many of these before.
That is the right color, right? The effects are similar anyways. I'm just gonna double check.
Man, we all picked the same color scheme.
Cool. If you mean for the rings on the tokens, that's I wanted that by design.
Oh, damn it, because I just made a new one and it's purple instead.
I mean, that's fine. If that's fine. I just wanted to have all the tokens look relatively similar.
Fucking Elias had it to be different.
Purple's, there's nothing wrong with purple. But as I said, are you going to wait for the dragon to speak up, or are you going to preempt it?
I'm going to, in fact, invite him to... Oh, yeah, because I'm sitting up here on me throne. Give me one moment here. I'm going to actually come down from here.
Alright.
Head over.
King coming down from his throne. Shocker.
Tell him... Gosh, I should have planned this a little more thoroughly. Oh, actually, that's perfect. Perfect. I'm a genius. Got it. Everyone call me a genius real quick.
You're a genius. Real
No.
quick.
Thank you. I am. The quickest. Anyways. We're about to set sail for the Winter Court to bring more to them at the behest of your eldest. We would offer you a position among us to travel there in the safety ship and avenge your court firsthand. Would you join us?
And abandon my duty as a protector.
Oh, not as such. There will be little need for such soon, but in the meantime, it is of import that we get this done as quickly as possible, and your expertise in this realm would be most welcome.
I think the travelers got it under control.
I cannot leave this place until it is safe. If you are to wage this war, it is appreciated, but it has no bearing upon my task.
You make me sad, Dragon. You make me very sad.
It is not my duty to make strangers from the material realm happy.
I'm not simply a stranger from the material realm.
Why do I feel like this is going somewhere?
I was waiting. Then what, pray tell, are you? Tiny.
Oh no, it became tiny.
He's tiny.
Why did it become small?
What are you, tiny?
Why did this happen to me?
He's itty
My
bitty.
poor token.
You see, I
What
casted
are you?
with
What are you?
I casted reduce person on you in the middle of your speech with the dragon, so
I knew it!
Why would you do this?
Xenophon's the enemy! Get him!
No, seriously, why is it so small? What happened?
Let me see. Maybe it's a.
I'm going to quit while I'm ahead and send you the file.
Sounds good.
How come I was the one who I was able to figure out my shit and you can't?
I don't know. I'm a stupid. What do you
Oh,
want
I
from me
fixed it.
here?
I fixed it.
Oh, dope. All right. Anyways, It's great because now this is why I set it up this way. Look at it there and then mouse over it.
Nice.
Right? Anyways. If you cannot abandon your post, I suppose that's all there is to it. Bid you farewell. Thank you for your time. And thank you again for helping us.
It's just gonna do something really fast. If a dragon could raise its eyebrow, it does. Just in kind of a curious look. And it begins to slowly, fly up into the air.
Mm-hmm.
And it's going to begin slowly flying away. Why don't you give me a perception check as it starts to fly?
Sure.
Who's lost here?
Nah, I'm trying to spitball this as I go. I'm not doing my best here.
As it starts to fly, you can see that it's gotten it's not trusting of humans and creatures from the material plane in general, and it's feeling a bit weird about the situation. And so as it begins to fly away, you watch as what is it? Well, 1d4 plus 1, I think. Yeah, I'm just double checking. 1d4 plus 1 for 3 caster levels. That's a caster level of 3, so... Or a caster level of 7, so... As it begins to fly away, 5 mirror images kind of begin to hover around it.
Ah, he's very smart. We'll get him whenever we come back later. Whenever I'm done with this place.
And it's just going to fly away.
Alright, I'm gonna go drop Minori off at her place.
Alright.
If she won't yet. I will slay my dragon whenever we are completely done here, since he's not willing to go die in enemy territory for me.
So, you're going to bring the Horizon Chaser down to the Summer Court, which is now not as guarded as before. Like, the magic field that was protecting it has since been temporarily dropped. And you're going to deposit Minori and her... No, without her bodyguard, because the bodyguard's not allowed.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, no, so the boat has Mage's Sanctum on its lower decks and stuff, actually. As a matter of principle, as long as we're flying over the Summer Court, Soraya's not even allowed on top deck.
Fair
Because
enough.
they can't sense her if she's within the Mage's private sanctum.
Fair
There's no
enough.
way for them to tell she's here. And
I go, hey, Minori, do you need any backup, or do you just want to go alone?
likewise, I would be willing to assist you in any way.
And this music's banging.
Right?
I also have to
There you
change.
go.
I also need to change it back.
Alright, we'll wait for you here then.
All right. So you fly down, drop Minori off, and
Yep.
Minori, you know the path exactly to where you need to go.
And if you run into any resistance, you can just turn invisible and scurry faster.
Wow, this is also inappropriate. I'm having a hell of a time with this. So, you're dropped off, Minori. Do you just head straight there? Surprise blinded. Sure. So you make your way through the inner sanctum of the summer court where things are starting to be cleaned up, and make your way to where you know... Yeah, you probably have the wrong token selected. It's fine. Make your way to where you know the Sylph Queen is hiding in her red stones, and making sure to announce your presence this time, you approach her little pillar of stone and watch as the ground ripples and shakes where she's swimming through it until she comes up out of the top of the pillar, and you can see her in all of her glory this time without any threat of being blinded.
I'm sorry, I'll stop.
Sounds like something a bunny would say. Apparently I'm not sneezing. She's going to watch you as you take a bow, and as she has this kind of curious look on her face as you rise with the box in your hand. She listens to you intently. And then she holds her hand out. Well, bring it here, plaything. Show me what you've got. I want to see it.
Plaything.
And she's gonna take the box and kind of make a little show of unwrapping it, finding all the little creases that any wrapping might have, and undoing it the hardest way possible before opening it up and taking a look at the orrery itself. And she kind of twists and turns it to see it move and adjust based on how she's holding it. See a little smile creep up at the corner of her lips. And what was it you wanted in return for this precious little thing? You'll have to remind me. So she'll reach out and she'll take the necklace and inspect it herself. And she'll take a look at all the particular carvings and scrawlings that are across it, kind of trying to understand what the whole project is. She doesn't seem to ask any questions. She just seems to be able to figure it all out from the amulet on its own. Then she carefully hands it back to you. Well, the sort of gift you're asking, that's a bit mightier than a trinket is worth. But it's a good start. It's certainly piqued my interest. Perhaps another favor in addition, and we can have an arrangement.
Thought it was going to be one of those, you must try harder kind of things. And it's like, oh, the talent was in you all along.
And she's going to kind of lean back and think about it for a long moment. Oh, there's so many things I could ask for. I could be unimaginative like my weaker, younger versions. The others who know so little have such boring ideas. But perhaps imagination isn't necessary. Maybe she's going to kind of reach out and start slowly adjusting your chin so she can get a better look at you. And as she does, you kind of get the sense that she's seeing right through your shape-shifting.
Ruh-roh.
And well, perhaps what mundane disguise? Oh, she is able to tell that it's a disguise. So she's going to do a kind of slow examination of you that lasts for 30, 40 seconds. Your firstborn. That sounds like a fair trade. You have great potential in you, and you're not wholly unattractive.
Oh dear. That's so rude.
Oh, damn. Even I would be offended. I'm Karatha.
I mean, for a sylph, that's a compliment, so...
The negging.
I like it how Minori has disguises on disguises.
Oh, I have a... Oh, I know who that's from. That is tricky, isn't it? But surely in pursuit of your passion project, you can make something work. It doesn't have to be immediate. It could be 100 years down the line for all I know.
Wait, is this the typical firstborn child trade?
Oh, I've seen your crew. The the witch you're after, you'll surely handle her. Of course, there's risk involved, but if you owe me a debt, I'm sure you won't perish. Not on my watch. Unless you have some other fear that is preventing you from making this agreement. I mean, surely with the capabilities of those you travel with, death is far from permanent. Yes, I can see your connection. I can feel it as well. Something has drawn you to this place that even I can't explain, which makes you all the more interesting to me. Perhaps part of our arrangement can be a guarantee that you are incapable of reneging on your word. I'm quite powerful myself. It would be no large feat for me to prevent your death in the worst case scenario. And perhaps even help you discover the extent of whatever your connection is, and this belief that the witch is your sister.
At this point, our party should just be called Death Defiers.
Uh-oh. Oh, that's someone messaged me.
All right, I think it's back. Yeah. Sorry about that.
That's fine. Oh, I'm far from asking you to worship me. It's not uncommon for members of a faith to have an arrangement with an outsider for their own protection. It's, in fact, I'm sure, quite common among someone in your group. It's really just a matter of mutual beneficiaries, and there would be no need to tear shrines down. She kind of gets distracted for a moment looking at the orrery, and she's not quite paying enough attention to your words the first time around. And so she has to think about it for a moment, and she's spinning the orrery around and kind of fiddling with it, and then she sort of stops and looks at you, and as the realization kind of catches her, you see just the faintest hint of color on her cheeks that wasn't there before. Bested at my own game, I see. I was hoping you'd be a little more willing to figure that out externally. Perhaps something a little more general purpose than a favor. I'll call it in whenever it is that I feel necessary, and all you have to do is complete that favor, and I won't take my blessing away from you.
Ugh.
Interesting.
Okay, so this is some kind of witch deal. The whole.
Yeah, of course.
Oh no, this isn't a sylph. This is a, what is this called again? What the hell is she?
Is she like a.
Minoru, you know what the name is.
Nymph.
Thank you.
That was a nymph.
Yeah, I just couldn't remember what the race was, because I needed to look to see if she has any other abilities I need to be aware of. Alright. So, she's going to... as you kind of agree to the deal, she's going to kind of pinch her just below her collarbone, and you can see the flesh kind of bundle up under her fingers, and as she starts to pull away, it hardens and turns into almost this crystalline structure between her fingers until she's got a sliver about an inch long of this semi-translucent reddish gem. And she reaches out and she kind of looks like she's trying to hand it to you, but she just kind of like sticks it to your arm and then lets go, and it sort of stays there without you really having to do anything. Of course, you feel like you can probably just take it off. And then, so long as you have that, and so long as our agreement stands, you can complete your project. It may not be easy, but you have the material needed, and it will work until either our arrangement is completed and the effect becomes permanent, or you somehow renege on our deal and the talisman I've just given you is destroyed. And I am eager to see what you create. I do hope you'll bring that object to show me once it's done. And if you feel the need to discuss with your god on the other matters, that's your choice, as it were. And should you decide not to accept or continue our deals in other forms, I would be saddened but understanding. I know that one's faith is extremely important. I'm certain you have questions galore. Most mortals do. For now, you must be off. I'm sure you have big things planned and your friends shan't wait forever. And I have things of my own to decide. So, shoo, be off, plaything. All right. So,
Yeah, as soon as I see her, I'll go pick her up.
in all ways, it functions as the normal nymph inspiration, with the addition of your dexterity increasing by 2 as long as you have the inspiration. And for what it matters, that is a morale bonus to your dexterity.
Oh, that's dope.
That is actually pretty dope. So yeah, I guess as soon as I see Minori, I'll grab Griffin and go pick her up.
Well, you have to finish the amulet before you can get the other stuff. Mm-hmm. And as you meet with Karatha and get airlifted back to the boat, that's where we'll end for this week. Because everything's going to happen, and it's going to happen fast.
Yay.
Yay!
I love fast.
I can't wait to use my wolf form.
Oh yeah, no wolfing on my boat unless it's an extreme emergency.
What, you don't want me to, like...
Just the
Yeah.
smell.
This was fun. We got a lot of shit done.
Relatively, yeah.
Yeah.
I feel bad for Moral and Settlefon. They didn't really get to do anything today.
Oh, I mean, I still don't really know much, or like I'm not very well integrated into the story. At least my character.
Not yet, at least.
So it's a bit hard for me to like be able to do stuff, but I'm getting there.
Yeah, it's okay. I have plans. I've been thinking about this for a while. So plans and schemes and such.
Wheels within wheels.
That is to say that don't worry, I'm not feeling. Don't feel bad for me being like playing a less active role.
Oh,
in this thing.
I know. You're getting your legs. You're adjusting to the party. It's a thing that happens when